Yeah. Tuesday night vibes, the mic's on fire. C3 Panthers Podcast, fueling desire. The professor bringing wisdom, Cody lacks raw wit. The voice and Bat Daddy, yeah, the crew legit. Live at 9, watch the sparks ignite. Carolina pride, teal and black take flight. Talking Bryce Young, got the future in sight. C3 Nation, roll deep through the night. Dave Canales playbook, crafting that plan. Dan Morgan stacking talent, every move's the man. Panther growl loud, stadium lights gleam. From Charlotte to the globe, we reppin' the dream. Tap in for the breakdowns, the plays in the news. Analyzing every yard, never hitting snooze. QB1 Bryce, turn the doubters confused. C3 Panthers Podcast, always in the groove. The professor dropping facts, Cody's passion's alive. But Daddy wild takes, keep the theories revived. The voice with the insight, smooth as silk. Catcalls sharp enough to cut no barley or milk. Live at 9, watch the sparks ignite. Carolina pride, teal and black take flight. Talking Bryce Young, got the future in sight. C3 Nation, roll deep through the night.
Maybe we're just saying we're going to take a drink of this Kool-Aid, and then we say, that tastes a little funny. What is up, Panther fans? Welcome to the C3 Panthers Podcast. Can the Carolina Panthers course correct against the Arizona Cardinals? It's the longest running Panthers podcast. It's Tuesday night. Hi, I'm Anthony, and I'm a Panthers fan. Guys, it's terrible. It's tough. We had a tough. Here, let me start adding my boys up in here just to make sure we get everybody in here so I'm not slow playing this. Thanks for joining the C3 Panthers Podcast. We're here every Tuesday night. I'm here with my wheelman, Cody Lack. What's good, my friend?
Tony Dunn. Here we are for the start of another season, and we're already talking about if it's over or not. I don't think it's over, but we damn sure have a lot to discuss tonight. Appreciate the feedback of the brand new intro. We'll get it full screen eventually, but thanks to our boy Bat Daddy for making that shit so awesome. Lots of great comments in the chat. But dude, so much to talk about tonight. We're going to preview this matchup with the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to talk about who is really in control of this defense. Is it Dave Canales or is it Ejiro Evero? How much power does Canales have over the defense? Tedero McMillan is one of the most impressive rookies in all the NFL. And Tony and the boys, I am absolutely insistent that Bryce Young is the ultimate Rorschach test for NFL talent evaluators. PFF says he's incredible, and just about everywhere else says that he was absolutely trash. But we're going to do it with the best damn fans and all of YouTube. We got our boy D's, L Skills, Al Ford, Dan Floyd, Dunk Thunders, John B. Jenkins, Kristen Butler, Mattel Lomax, Panther Gal 73, Panther Pickle in the building, the real AP, Vegas Panthers Drew, VR the Hope Dealer, and your bastard son, White Chocolate Espresso. Tony Dunn, ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
The number's 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. The Carolina Panthers coming off a 26-10 loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars to open the 2025 season. It feels like we are used to this at this point. The third straight opening season loss with multiple interceptions for Bryce Young, and the pain continues. The Carolina Panthers will be on the road against the Arizona Cardinals, who have some firepower at wide receiver, and maybe not had the greatest game against the Saints, but we're no easy match. We don't ever have an easy match as the Carolina Panthers plays anybody. We'll be talking about how Dave Canales reacted to this loss, both just immediately in the immediate aftermath, and then after they watched the tape and things have settled. Have your opinions changed when it comes to the Carolina Panthers and how dismal it is? Are we talking draft and the Panthers in the hunt for the number one draft pick, or are they selling for Lenora Sellers, or is there a way that the Panthers can climb themselves out of this hole? Is it that bad I don't know if the team is that bad, but we're going to have to see something better. But there's nothing better than seeing my man CK at the man with the golden pipes hanging out with us on the Tuesday night.
Man, listen, there's a lot to complain about. There's some optimism to still be had with this team, and maybe not as many as we thought we were going to have at the beginning of the season, but it's not sell your tickets type of a panic right now. It's one game after an entire team didn't get a chance to play, but 3 snaps of preseason or 3 drives of preseason. Man, it's there's some things that we still need to see. But as many people will probably undoubtedly talk about, we have a guy in Ejiro Evero. Moving forward, I think most people saw what he did and thought that there was it was pretty daggone impressive. Statistically speaking, it was impressive just based on the other rookie receivers in the draft from his draft class, but also from the thing that Cody's not going to talk about, but PFF's rankings regarding his placement is actually they are pretty high on him. So, man, it's good to be talking about the Panthers again. It's just we hope that it'd be on a Victory Tuesday, if you will, and unfortunately, we're here talking about another Panthers L.
Do us a solid and smash the thumbs up button, subscribe. If you're watching on X or Facebook or anywhere else, you can like and share. I'm telling you, just give the link to a single friend, helps us grow. We've been slogging at this podcast for 14 years. The last 6 have been like Andy Dufresne climbing out of Shawshank prison in that big, long tunnel of shit that he had to claw through. Maybe there will be freedom on the other side, but we're glad to have, if we are going to climb through a tunnel of shit for an hour or 3 hours, I can't think of a better person to do it than my buddy Greg, the Bat Daddy, the Stat Daddy. Welcome back to the C3 Panthers podcast.
Oh, man, always good to be back, man. I really appreciate it. Got the microphone and the webcam working today, so everything's working out pretty well. Look, everything for the last few days for me is coming up Millhouse, with the exception of the Panthers losing. But look, I predicted the win, wrong about that, and I always tout that I'm almost always right about everything. But look, this is week 1. Everybody, I'm going to go back to Aaron Rodgers a few years ago. Relax, okay? Just relax. Just relax, okay? Like, y'all know me as the biggest Bryce Young hater ever. However, this year I'm putting my full faith into him being the quarterback, because here's the thing: if I do that and I'm wrong, then I've been right for the last few years. I mean, I'm it's called hedging your bets. Like, there's no way I can lose this. I still think that we have a good shot of things going well for us. Cody, I think you put up that post about the Jaguars and J-Lo and everything else earlier, and it's pretty funny the way it works out. Like, history is very cyclical, so I'm not going to judge everything based on week 1. There were a few bad things that went our way that changed a lot of different things, but it's week 1. There's a lot of teams that went 0-1 and still had great seasons, so I'm going to wait and see what happens.
We got our picks. We'll be making our picks. We'll be looking at maybe we'll do some start and sits, and we definitely have some underdog entries to get to make later in the show. Let's go ahead and jump in, Cody. Coming off a really dismal performance in we still got IR Blues make the Panthers choose, but tonight's show is, can the Carolina Panthers course correct?
We have the right one
against, I don't know if we ever changed the initial slide, but here we'll just stick right there. Can the Carolina Panthers course correct against the Arizona Cardinals? We're 1 week into the season. The optimism of Bryce Young towards the back end of season, the optimism or happy smiley Ted Lasso, aka Dave Canales, and that has worn off to the point where you've got Dilworth Neighborhood Bar and Grill, the place where I think David Tepper snatched a hat off of a fan, and they've gone to war at the sign. They put up already outside of the restaurant. Great opening day, just not for the Panthers. NFL football, though, week 1, pretty intense, pretty great outside of the Carolina Panthers. You had Aaron Rodgers returning to the New York Jets, or to New York, in a last-second field goal, taking the win. Snatching that defeat, right? Snatching that victory from the jaws of defeat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You had last night what looked like at first kind of a dud of a Monday night game, an exciting back half or second half to that game where the Minnesota Vikings are able to come back and defeat the Chicago Bears. And there can't be anything more exciting. Cody, I think I saw your tweet on this about the Bills and Ravens game. Was that Sunday night?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like they're playing a different sport than we are. It's like the things that the Ravens and the Bills were capable of doing. It's like, in what world do we ever get to do any of that, man? Like, just and the fact that the Bills seemed so thoroughly out of that game, down by 2 touchdowns. They had fans leaving their stadium, and then for them to mount a comeback like that, like a team's ability to do that is in like an otherworldly stratosphere compared to where the Carolina Panthers are, man. We have like normally the start of the season, it's supposed to answer some questions for you about everything that you've been wondering in the offseason. But now we're sitting here with even more questions about the Carolina Panthers now than we had before. And the tragic thing is I don't know when these questions are even going to be answered. It's a long season, man, but happy to see Dilworth Bar and Grill is already having fun at David Tepper's expense.
Our expense. Let's be real about it.
We're part of this. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Stonewall, for the C3. This is copay. I mean, look, now we're not on love bombs anymore. These are copays because it's now Tuesday night therapy. The couch is open. Welcome. Hi, Stonewall, Panther fan. $5 copay right there. 2015, we started with the Jacksonville win, then lost the Super Bowl. This where we start with a Jacksonville loss. Do we win the Super Bowl? Question is, do we win another game? That's really at this point, before I start thinking about anything, it's winning one game or one quarter or one drive at this point. We made our picks last week, just to kind of fast forward to that a little bit. Greg, myself, and CK all picked a W. Cody with is 1-0, and we are all 0-1. I tell you this, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and foreshadow our picks later. I'm not picking the Carolina Panthers to win a game until they actually win a game. So it's going to be L's until that moment. But the Carolina Panthers will be on the road with a tough matchup against the Arizona Cardinals. But it was a tough outing in Jacksonville. And I don't know if the Jacksonville Jaguars beat us or if the Carolina Panthers beat themselves when it came to poor execution, poor plays, turnovers. Really a lot of mistakes on their point. The Carolina Panthers, with that atrocious defense, still only gave up 6 points in the second half, but still somehow felt like it was an impossible mountain to climb as they could not put up any points. Cody, aside from that, where do we start with this as we recap? I mean, and bring us into the show where we're going, and we'll maybe talk, just kind of have people's temperament. Has your temperament cooled as the Carolina Panthers after a couple of days, or are we still on DEFCON 5?
Well, I mean, listen, I feel like everybody has realized that it's only the first game of the year, but we want answers. A lot of promises were made. There was a bunch of excitement about this football team, and then for them to just backtrack on all of those, yeah, dude, after so many seasons of just absolute dog crap, fans are wondering what's going on. And we're going to start here with the defense. And this was something that was really interesting that was that came from Dave Canales' press conference, which, I mean, look, let's be real. This defense was the question of the offseason, right? We knew that we had given up the most points in NFL history. We knew that we needed to have a big comeback to start the season, and that did not happen. This is from Dean Jones. It says, watching the Carolina Panthers defense give up 200 rushing yards against the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 1 was depressingly familiar for fans. Patience is rapidly wearing thin when it comes to defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero. Many fans thought the Panthers would have taken a different approach this offseason. Carolina conceded the most single-season points in NFL history and gave up more than 3,000 rushing yards for good measure. Those in power felt once the personnel improved, Evero's contentious 3-4 base would also improve. That did not happen. I wanted to get to this part of it specifically, though, when in the press conference, Dave Canales was asked about the younger guys. Why did we not see Lathan Ransom, and we're still seeing Nick Scott do seemingly nothing out on the field? We wanted to see more of Nick Scourton, Prince of Human Milan, and we just didn't see it. But Dave Canales had this quote from his press conference. Dave said he's been pushing defensive staff to play younger guys. Added later that he thinks safety Lathan Ransom will get his chances. He's the top guy. He's the man who will carry the can if the Panthers fail to meet lofty expectations. Evero might be stubborn to his detriment, but some decisions should be taken out of his hands. And this is brilliant by Dean. He says, can you imagine the likes of Andy Reid, Dan Quinn, Jim Harbaugh, or Pete Carroll pushing coaches to do something? No, their word is law, and everyone else follows. And boys, it leads to the assumption that Ejiro Evero was retained so that all defensive playmaking and decision-making can be pushed off onto Ejiro Evero, and that lets Canales and Brad Isaac focus solely on the offense. This is very disheartening, man, that it seems like they're giving Ejiro Evero too much power over this defense, and Canales is just willingly let them do whatever they want in terms of defensive roster.
Well, I got to ask a question.
Yeah.
Like, do we not feel like we're in the same mindset we were with Matt Rule, where we're sacrificing playing younger players to say we could play younger players for better players? Like, what's going on here? It seems like Evero is the Matt Rule of Carolina Panthers defense.
Guys, I don't think that the defense. Look, I think it's just too easy right now. And look, as I know, everybody deserves a good swift kick in the balls after after another loss in the Carolina Panthers. You look at their record since David Tepper took over, their record for like the last 6 years. Well, 6 years. Then their record under Canales, the record under Evero, and all of these stats, and they're adding up. The Carolina Panthers didn't lose because of their defense, though, in this game. And this, I mean, people can disagree with me, and I know a lot of guys, this is like the easy guy to be a punching bag at this moment. Yes, you point to the 200 yards rushing. There is one giant rush, right? A giant play. Now, I mean, I guess the play still happened. Was it Nick Scott? Was he the one that missed the tackle? Is that, I mean, if we go back and look at it, like he, didn't make the tackle.
Not only did he miss tackles, but on the J.C. Horn interception, he wasn't blocking anyone on the way downfield. He looked like a chicken with his head cut off, dude. Just looks utterly oblivious.
The Carolina Panthers, though, defense not only suffered some injuries with Turk Wharton in the beginning. I mean, and yeah, injuries happen. But it was not like that the Jags were dicing them up. The Carolina Panthers offense just could not put anything together, could not get any momentum in this game, couldn't keep the defense off the field at any point. And to be honest, is giving up only 6 points in the second half kept the Carolina Panthers in the game. Their offense couldn't do anything. Wow, I understand it's easy to point another 200-yard rushing. You pulled that 70-yard run and you turned it into a 20-yard run. The Carolina Panthers still give up like 160 yards rushing, but of course they're going to give up 100. They're going to give up rushing yards.
Yeah,
when the other team doesn't have to pass or score to beat this team, right? And so I know that, look, the defense has not performed well. Evero is not a popular figure, nor am I just celebrating him at this point. But I looked at that defense, and it looked better than what we had before. And then you can point to no sacks, no pressure, but all they did was have to run the ball at the end. I mean, they didn't have to pass. Look, is Trevor Lawrence didn't even put together a good game. You had DBs making some big plays. Look, there are some serious question marks with Trevor Wallace if he can be any good. You've got the idea of, man, when will the Panthers actually be able to stop the run? But my question is, when the hell is the damn offense going to do anything to take any of this pressure off the defense? And I'm just sorry. It's like, I think, look, it's easy to talk about, but I don't think that was the central problem why we lost this game.
The defense?
No, I don't think they were.
I don't disagree. I think our offense was probably the bigger problem, but I still think our defense was a major issue. I don't care if it was one play or not. 200 rushing yards, like that is unacceptable. Like you're on pace again for one of the worst performances of a defense in the history of the NFL based on what they put out on the field yesterday on Sunday. Right? I'm not taking blame off of the offense with that statement, but there were times when the offense was not, they were on the field for long periods of time and the defense came back on the field and still couldn't do anything to stop to stop the Jaguars from moving down the field. Like now it's the issue with this is like, it didn't look like it was very explosive because they were just kind of like 5 yards, 3 yards, they were just like every time they'd need a first down, they seemed to get it. And that was like, that was my problem with what we saw on Sunday was there was nothing that we were doing to get off of the field on a consistent basis when we needed it. Now our offense also didn't stay on the field in cases where we needed them either. But I do think that this defense is a major problem. I don't care if there was one play of 71 yards, 200 rushing yards in any situation is a blowout problem for your defense.
So I have Dave Canales talking about that almost 200-yard rushing performance from the Jaguars. Just what you had to say.
Yeah, no, it's not. That's something that we want to get better at. So we'll be attacking that this week.
And you guys, 7 straight games of giving up 200 more rushing yards. You brought up the tackling. Like, do you just have to get back to basics, or is this a matter of adjusting the scheme given what's happening?
Yeah, not the film. I mean, the scheme was there. We got to get guys down. We had a couple of TFLs available for us early on in the game. We got to get the guy to the ground. The big 70-yarder was really like a free player. We got a free player. We got 2 guys outside. 2 guys in the D gap. And we're trying to spill that so Trey Merritt could be in position to make that play, and they cut us off. And so then all of a sudden he's got a decision to make. Do I jump inside or hop back out? And the ball got popped out there, and Nick Scott had a chance to make that tackle, didn't get him down, and these are the things that we have to talk about and address. It's a run fit thing. It's making sure you can trust. If I do my job, the next guy will do his.
So, Tony, one of the reasons why I did not pick the Carolina Panthers over the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's the reason I only had us winning 4 games in my preseason predictions, is because of the defense. There was so many holes on defense, so many giant question marks that, to be frank, are even more abysmal than I thought they were going to be. I was hopeful about Trevor Wallace coming into this season. But, dude, our linebacking core is dog shit. This might be the worst Panthers linebacking core that we've had in a decade or more. And that's saying something, man. Like, historically, we've been a very good team at linebacker. But whatever they were doing was not it. The safety play was all over the board. It just seems like at a certain point in the game, the defense had no answers for anything that the Jaguars were trying to do, specifically across the middle of the field. And it's like, I don't know that they're going to be able to get a lot better at doing that. I just have no faith that this defense, specifically at linebacker and at safety, are going to be able to stop teams from just running all over them again. And that puts our offense in positions where they have to put up crazy numbers of points, which
but they don't have to put up crazy numbers. See, that's the thing is I understand, here's the thing, but the offense didn't score at all. They scored 10 points,
right?
Where 7 points come at the end of the game. That's my point.
They can't do it.
One of these touchdowns one of the Jags touchdowns comes on an interception where early in the game, Carolina turns it over and their side of the field, right? So then, yes, you get that one that leads to a touchdown. So and I'm not saying the defense they do have to make plays, like they're going to be put in those situations, but you're talking about that they would have, you take that one off the board, they're holding this team to 19 points at that point. I don't care. It's like, if you can't score, if this defense held every team to 20 points all season, it wouldn't matter right now. The Carolina Panthers could put anything in the offense. So, while, yes, we can look at this defense, and I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying but here's the thing is it doesn't matter. If you score 3, 9, 10 points a game, I don't care if you got the best defense in the league. And so look at it, it's like, double E, this defense. But you know what? It didn't matter. This defense could have held them to 13 points and you still would have lost.
Yeah,
Well,
and
but
then
Tony,
turnovers too.
Think about this, though. Think about how much they disrespected our defense. Like, literally, they went for a 4th down in their own territory on the first drive of the year.
I think that's
how much
smart. Where was it?
That's
they
how
went
much they
for it.
disrespected our defense.
Yeah.
I think this
Agreed.
was this on their first. Which drive was that?
The first drive, they were on their like 45-yard line,
that they
4th and 1, and they went for it. Yeah,
but they get a field goal out of that 4th yard run.
yeah.
They're
But
on their
still,
own 37. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, yes,
That's
it is kind of
disrespect.
maybe,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like this is one of a league where maybe the analytics are saying go for it more and more and more and more. I mean, yeah, like you're going to play it so safe at that point? I mean, I don't think
No,
it's
but okay.
How
but
about
there's-
this? Is it disrespectful? No. You know what's disrespectful is our fucking offense. They disrespected us.
But
Well,
we're
okay,
also playing the
you're-
Jaguars too.
You're
Like it's
right.
not going to
Yeah.
get easier from here on out. If Jacksonville was able to do that against us, what are some of these other teams going to do?
Well,
But
and to
who
be
cares?
fair, Cody,
Who cares
you
if our
talked about how
offense
good-
can't score?
Well, to be fair, Cody, you talked about how good Trevor Lawrence was. So, 5th year, he should be able to do this. A 5th
Has
year
there
Trevor
anybody
Lawrence
that's
should be
gotten-
able to beat us. you
I
know?
saw somebody tweet during the game. I laughed at this because of Cody, because I felt like the dual sides of his head exploding right here. As they said, it was a Panther fan. Is there anybody who has got more time to prove themselves than Bryce Young? And I just typed Trevor Lawrence.
Right? Yeah, you're exactly right though.
He wasn't
You're
great.
Exactly right.
He
Yeah.
wasn't great. They weren't slicing us up. I mean,
We did
that
enough to
70-yard
win though, and
The
that's what our
70-yard run
quarterback
led
didn't
to
do.
their other touchdown. That's on the defense. But this Panthers defense, man, this offense was a problem. It was the problem. What we got next, Cody?
Yeah. So let me bring this back up. So let's actually, I wanted to jump around a little bit instead of us going all negative all the time. Let's jump to some positives. Our first round pick this year, Tedoroa McMillan, was the 3rd ranked according to PFF. Again, people pick and choose when they love PFF. We'll talk about them more soon. But PFF had Tedoroa McMillan ranked as their 3rd overall wide receiver out of all football this past weekend. Not just rookies, but all wide receivers. He was number 3 with a 78.9. Should have had a touchdown. A lot of people are now looking at that drop touchdown at the end zone, which should have been a flag on that play. The defender was all over him before the ball even hits his hands. So, hey, man, there's a lot of stuff to really be happy about when it comes to Tedoroa. And, you know, if you're wanting this offense to get on a roll and do better than they did versus Jacksonville, right now the plan seems twofold and very simple. Run the ball and continue to run the ball way more effectively than you had been, and get the ball in the hands of Tedoroa McMillan. That's why you drafted him. He's already showing flashes of number 1 wide receiver material, boys.
I mean, he passed the eye test. You think of this as what would he? I think he had, I think the 2nd best rookie performance in the league, aside from the guy from the Colts, where the Colts were the first time in this century that an offense has scored on their every offensive drive, for 7 straight. Like Daniel Jones in there slicing it up like damn Peyton Manning or some shit like that. I didn't watch the game. I knew, man, you want to talk about this. The only thing that saved us from just go ahead and closing the podcast down was the Miami Dolphins, who were the worst team in the NFL in this
And to be
week
fair,
one.
the Bears.
It was nice that they lost. It looked like they were going to own it.
I thought they
at
looked
first.
good at first, and then Caleb Williams was missing wide, some of the most ridiculous throws that I've
Dude.
ever seen in my life.
Who has worse quarterback luck than DJ Moore? DJ Moore is
Dude.
wide open,
he got hung out
holding
to
his
dry.
hand
Yeah.
up, and just fucking sails it over
Well-
his head, dudes.
Hey, can I ask a question? And I put this in the chat too, because we had a big thing going into this game about Travis Hunter. Like, who had a better game, T-Mac or Travis Hunter?
T-Mac.
Oh, T-Mac for sure.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is I don't think that's even a question, though. I mean, it is
Why
a
isn't it a
question.
question?
No, it is a question, and there is an
He had
answer.
36 yards, right?
But Travis Hunter didn't have to do anything. All he did was he was a cheerleader. He's just dancing the whole time. They're over there looking happy, and we're all like deflated. And all of this is that while Travis Hunter didn't do anything, their offense had to do very little. They didn't have to do anything but run the ball for the second half of that game.
Agreed.
So while Travis Hunter, it's not like I don't think it was a referendum on him as a draft pick. I do think that Tet looked exceptional. And I think as the eye test goes, this is the star, hopefully, that we've been waiting for at the position. I'm telling you, I mean, if this guy's coming up there playing probably with the most heart out of anybody on that offense, him and Chuba, and he's out there afterwards in the post game saying he needed to do more. He needed to do more. Right. So I think that, yes, this is exciting that we have him. And then you just don't want to be in week 8 going, man, what if Tet was on the Bills? What if Tet was here? What if Tet was there? Right. It's like, come on, we need to do something. And I hope that did anybody get to watch Dan Orlovsky's video about
the
Bryce's
4-minute thing
for footwork and his dropbacks and there's a lot of issues here. And Bryce Young is a 3rd-year quarterback, right? Should be slinging it right now. I do think this is excited about Tet McMillan. You saw Adam Thielen turns out to probably be a bigger blow to this team in the offense than we wanted to believe it was. Jalen Coker injury, and then you get Xavier Legette, 2nd-year player, already being compared to Jonathan Mingo, making like just not taking a step forward. At this point, there's a lot of problems on that offense, and I don't think there's really much that's good outside of Tet.
No, I mean, there really isn't. Now, I'll push back a little. I don't think Adam Thielen changes this at all. I think we're still coming away with an L, even if we did have Adam Thielen on this team. They do good on him. Now he's on a team that's 1-0, and this place is still 0-1. And you can't tell me that he didn't want to get the fuck out of this place, man. But, looking at this team, this offense, and this sort of leads into our next subject, too. And I said this during the intro, boys. To me, Bryce Young is the ultimate Rorschach test. Because somebody can look at Bryce Young and see 2 completely different quarterbacks, right? So this is staying on the positive end. This is from Fantasy Bandits. It says Bryce Young had 150 yards worth of drop catches today, along with 1 drop touchdown and another 30-yard pass interference that could have gone for another touchdown by T-Mac. His 2nd interception should have been a catch of what was a dump ball that bounced off the uncontested dawdle. 10 drops. On that, Dave Canales says that the pre-snap issues are a little of both, him not getting the play in and Bryce Young not breaking the huddle fast enough. This was a companion to the last tweet, though. I'll play the video of Canales saying that in a moment. But these are all the yards that were left on the field. These were the unseen yards. Yeah, I don't like this either. Because to me, it's like you're looking to give Bryce, excuses that he doesn't necessarily deserve. And by the way, Rico Dowdle, I maintain that was not a well-placed ball that Bryce Young threw to Rico Dowdle on that play that was ultimately an interception.
Was a hospital ball.
Yeah. I mean, Hunter got was a hospital ball. Oh my gosh, every single one of them.
Yeah. So I don't like there was 150 yards out on the field. Number one, that's purely circumstantial. Like, you can't say that because a lot of those passing yards he did have came after those drops. So, like, it's not as though it's a 1-for-1 comparison, first and foremost. Second is, I think that number one, like, the ball hits you in the hands as an NFL wide receiver or running back, you're expected to come down with it. It doesn't matter if it was a little high or anything along those lines. And it was not nearly as egregious as you would like to lead people to believe that it was. It was a very catchable ball by any NFL player in the NFL. Like it's not. It wasn't
It
nearly as
also
egregious as
wasn't,
your.
but it was not a good ball, and he was not far ahead of
wasn't-
him. And the
it
point
wasn't a-
is that he's a third-year quarterback. Why is he not able to put
So,
a ball
The JT
right on the
Sanders
money? Not even
problem,
15
right? The JT Sanders
yards.
wasn't a problem, right?
Yes.
But I will say
JT
this:
Sanders,
is-
Xavier
that's a
Leggett,
huge
the Tedero McMillan. I mean, there were enough drops in this. There were 10 drops, right? And if you were to look at this across the league, I did the math, and so on average, there's about 113 drops per NFL squad throughout the season. That averages to about 6.5 drops in an NFL game. That's including passes that go through a receiver's hands that are not well placed. All that. That's 10 that we had versus the average of 6. We're on pace right now for almost, at least a 60% higher average drop rate based on our first week of the NFL season. And it does not, I know you want to talk about those ones. Those are not everything, right? Yes.
I think these Renfro ones, CK, though, are bullshit. The drop that's counting the Renfro, the ball that's underthrown right there.
That one, I agree.
And then the other one is the mug throws it out there and he gets just absolutely blasted, completely blasted. I mean, I think
don't disagree.
Look,
That's
how about
2
this
of the
one
8.
drop / out of bounds by Renfro? That ball was outside the damn boundary. It was impossible for him to pull that down. The one where he went up there and got broke his ribs to go get it. Come on, that wasn't even. It wasn't that. Look, is that
no? That's 2 out of 10. That's I'm saying.
That's
Even
3 out of 10 right there. That's 3 out of 10.
What's the other one you're referring
I think
to?
the 3 Renfro ones should be taken away. The first
Absolutely.
Renfro, because
The
that
first
was an
Ren-
underthrown
the
ball.
first
I think it
Renfro
might
one
have been
was-
pass for.
No,
pass
you
interference.
can't. You can talk about that all you want. Yes, does he get some
No, I
grace?
mean, that is-
He
it
had the
was
ball in his
pass
hands,
interference.
and you're supposed to come down with
He's
it.
not having
Whether
it
you
in his
take a
hands.
hit at all anyway.
That's
It can be a
Whoa,
hospital
whoa,
ball.
whoa, whoa,
If
whoa.
Hunter Renfro doesn't have to come back for that ball, it's a
No,
complete.
that's not. I agree with that one. That one shouldn't. But I'm talking about the one that he's trying to take off the board with that being
Where he
where he
gets
threw it
booked.
into coverage, right?
And he gets just fucking
He
destroyed.
right. Do you know how many times Adam Thielen caught that last year and the year before that?
Every
single freaking
head
time.
hunted. All right. I mean,
Every time.
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Bryce shouldn't be fucking setting him up to do that.
No, I agree. I'm not giving Bryce a complete anonymity to not take any blame here whatsoever. I've said that from time and time again. I just think that it's fair to say that he was also failed by the players around him, and to pretend like he wasn't is absolutely just using this as an example of why you want to get rid of a guy that has some struggles that needs to grow and everything along those lines. But I don't think that it's worthy of the type of damnation you guys are putting on him right now.
I think when you put every one of these up, right, it's like, okay, CK, I will give you that. But when you put every single mistake up there,
Right.
and then you completely, ultimately, this is like, oh, if these people would have done a better job, he would have had such a better game. And I tell you that the one that's at the bottom, this in drop / out of bounds by Renfro, that's bullshit, dude. The ball was high over and outside the boundary. It would have been possible. He would have had to been 6'5" and made the most incredible catch in the world. It wasn't a great ball there. So I do understand that. Look, drops and miscues by team players are important, did contribute. But when you create lists like this, where it's every single one, what this does is it's like, oh, Bryce Young, he was great. It's just everybody else fucking sucked.
Yeah. Go ahead, Greg.
Right. I was gonna say there's got to be a line drawn. I get what you're saying, CK, and you don't want to put all the blame on one person, but I'm sorry. I look at every Hunter Renfro throw that he missed, and that was Bryce Young's fault. Every single one of them. The first one especially, where he got pushed down in the middle. He jumped up, full extension to the back to try to make the catch. He jumped up. If that ball was placed the way it was supposed to be, it would have been over his shoulder and it would have been a touchdown.
I agree.
I agree. Calling that a drop.
There's got to be a point that we put blame on one person.
And by the way, can I agree with CK for a minute? I do agree that the second one, the one where Hunter Renfro got hit across the middle, that should have been a catch. I know it was a big hit, but Hunter Renfro,
he got
should have caught that. Listen, he got drilled. But when you're catching a ball across the middle, you're expecting to be drilled.
Amen.
catch the fucking
even
ball.
DJ Moore do that this week though. We say
Yeah, but
DJ Moore's a
it-
better
but it
better wide
it
receiver than Hunter
Okay.
Renfrow.
Sure, but
Here,
that doesn't make it better. That doesn't make
the
it
other
acceptable.
two are.
They
Do you
both should
think
have
that
caught
this
it.
list? Do you think that this list exaggerates it a little bit? Can't we just say, look, there was a lot of plays that guys left out there that didn't help
Sure.
Bryce, particularly
Sanders.
third down conversions. And if you look at the two biggest ones on the list, to me, it is the third down conversion that had to do with Xavier Legette, where he didn't get his toes in. That keeps a drive alive.
It does.
You
Yes.
get some momentum,
Okay, I'll give you that.
right?
Yeah.
Then you get the JT Sanders, another one. You're gonna catch a first down right here. But this was not all of these were just straight drops
Yep.
Well,
on this
okay,
list.
But look, I'll tell
I
you
agree.
my two biggest plays that screwed the game up, that would have totally changed the game for the Carolina Panthers, is the first interception by Bryce Young. Okay, like of course it was a tip pass, so you kind of get to give it to him. But if you go back and look at it, it was only tipped because he threw it directly into the defender's hands, and the
Well,
defender
he
missed the
didn't
ball.
see that defender closing.
that's
on
his
that.
fault.
Is that the one that
That's his
Excel
fault.
got bumped
Yeah,
off
for
his route? Yeah, I mean,
that's his fault though.
He should have
But
ran
threw
the
that,
ball.
He threw that directly in the defender's hands, and the defender didn't catch it. And it was a tip.
Agreed.
It should have been picked off by the defender to begin with. Period.
Yes.
Second of all, the fumble. I'm sorry.
That's
I get
huge.
it. I
Big
get it. But that is a
momentum.
Yeah.
huge drive right there. You score on that drive, it's a totally different game. That
And what
fumble
kind of
right
jerk? How is this?
Agreed.
How
Yeah.
can a little guy like this not slide? You
Yeah,
already
that's the-
know
that's-
that you are a
that's more
tiny
damning than anything.
motherfucker. You know you're a tiny person that could get destroyed and dead out on that field at any moment. In fact, the first year that we were doing this podcast, and I was worried about like what Bryce. I said this is the one thing I just hope is he doesn't get killed out there. Like literally, imagine if Bryce Young got hit like that Joe Burrow hit that has been floating around the internet.
Oh,
Like,
God.
I mean, he would have been implanted in the
Hey,
ground.
but credit to Bryce though, he has had his ass kicked, and he
And he
pops
gets
right
up.
back up, dude.
He gets
and
up.
he's the little guy, and
I
Anthony
can-
Richardson is always hurt too.
I cannot fathom and understand how these fucking quarterbacks who get every protection in the entire world about their safety when it comes
Yeah.
hands to the helmet, this and that, still don't fucking know how to slide. If anything, I can give. I can maybe it's my love for Cam Newton so much, and I'm just like, you're so big, you're 6'5", you're giant, and it's just hard for your body to do this. But Bryce Young's body is tuned in to go on a slip and slide at 90 miles an hour like an 8th grader.
Yeah, I would do this. This is why I was saying earlier that Bryce is the ultimate Rorschach test, because some of them, you'll see him sometimes, and the ball doesn't look like it comes out fast enough, no zip to it, and then you see all these drop passes, and you're like, well, no, wait a minute, maybe there is a good quarterback in there somewhere. So this is also from Cat Grave, frightening Bryce Young stat after nightmare week 1 is a bad sign for the Panthers. I had to include this just because of just how crazy it is. The Carolina Panthers may have come into the season with a great deal of optimism surrounding former number 1 overall pick Bryce Young after his second half resurgence at the tail end of 2024. After a week 1 loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars, he's looking more like a player who appeared to be a lost cause following an early benching. Against a very pedestrian Jaguars defense, Young completed just 51% of his passes, was twice intercepted, and fumbled the ball. His 1 touchdown pass came at the result when the game was already secured, etching the game firmly in the annals of the worst performances throughout his career. Boys, this is the crazy one. The stat here at the bottom. The Baltimore Ravens have gotten 6.2 yards per carry out of running back Derrick Henry over the last 2 seasons. Meanwhile, Bryce is managing just 5.8 passing yards throughout his time here. That level of play simply can't continue if head coach Dave Canales wants to avoid a devastating
terrible.
future.
That's
so this
terrible.
is what I'm talking about, man. It's like, look, maybe there are some drops. Maybe there are some moments where the receivers could do more. I know on that interception, a lot of people have showed that Xavier Legette slowed down as the defender neared to him. We're going to talk about XL. XL is looking so fucking terrible.
There's no freeing
Right.
him from that. We're not even
Sure.
blaming that pick
But
entirely on Bryce,
over-
but it still wasn't the best decision.
No,
Sure,
I'm blaming that entirely on
100%.
Bryce.
Over 3
Yeah.
years, Bryce Young is not showing us the type of capabilities that you want from the number 1 overall pick that you traded the farm to move up and get. It's just not looking good for Bryce right now. No matter how you slice it, it has not looked good.
Bryce is such a conundrum for me, right? It's like, I need this motherfucker to work out. I need it. Like, I can't have him fail. He needs to get out there and somehow pull it together. Every moment that we seem to catch any momentum, he starts. Look, now the team gave him the reins this year. There was no question. It's like that. It was the last game. Like, this is like this confidence, building the whole offense around him. It's, year 2 in Canales' scheme. The problem with Bryce is, for me, and it's not a give. I'm not giving up on him. I'm doubling down. I need this mug. In fact, if he doesn't play well, guys, I'm making this mug play every fucking game to the end, and he's going to suffer alongside of us. But Bryce is the one thing is we can talk about these moments, and he has these moments where he does this grit, like it's like he anticipates, he does this. But here's the problem with Bryce, like all of these things that happen, the other players making bad plays, this mug down in the red zone, like where's the fucking playmaking, game changing, dog? I'm trying to tell you, 4th and 1, you give me Cam Newton, he's finding a way. He's doing something, or at least that's how I always felt. This Bryce Young, I need him. I need for him to be beyond what these stupid internet people are. Sorry, I'm an internet person, so I'm included on this. But all the people is like, oh, Bryce, look at this. You only picked a bad play. Here's a great play. Here's a great play. Look at this ball play. Look at this. I need a fucking play that matters.
What's wrong with Bryce Young?
And leads to momentum and wins.
Yeah.
And I don't care about Jatavian Sanders. I don't care about Xavier Legette. I don't care about any of these fools. I need Bryce Young to fucking somehow find a way.
Isn't it possible that when he does, he's failed by the other people too? Right? 4th and 5, he throws a dart to Teteroa McMillan in the end zone. Like perfect shot, perfect pass.
No, perfect shot, perfect pass. But CK, was that not a remarkably difficult play? No.
What do you mean?
That was not like, hey, he found an open guy running across the back of the end zone who's wide open, and they dropped it. That was a very, great, like all the things happened, yes, but it's still a low probability play.
Sure, but when you're talking about
the other 4th and 1 where he throws it into wherever he throws it to South Carolina.
The argument. I agree. Listen, I'm not saying that there's not bad plays that he's made. Every single quarterback this week has made a bad play that's similar, if not worse, than the one that Bryce Young has made. I'm not making an excuse for those bad plays. It's going to happen in every single game. What I'm stating is that some of those spectacular plays you're referring to require spectacular receivers to actually catch the ball, and some of those most incredible catches that you've ever seen. As an example, you look at let's go to the Caleb Williams throw at the beginning of the game last week, where he was scrambling to the outside and he threw the ball to the boundary, and Odunze got the ball screeching across, going to the sideline, toe tag, drag his feet and get the completion, right? Sometimes spectacular plays require spectacular plays from 2 people, not just the quarterback. And that's what I'm thinking is like when you look at, let's go back to last year, the Eagles game. He's scrambling out of the end zone on a must-have 3rd down conversion, escapes a sack, finds Xavier Legette down the sideline, completes it, continues that drive to go on to throw one of the most beautiful passes we've seen from Bryce Young up to that date to Xavier Legette that would have been a potential game-sealing victory touchdown, and Xavier Legette drops the ball.
Drops it.
I think what you're referring to is absolutely accurate. He needs to have these game-changing moments.
It's not a spectacular play, though, CK. It's not just spectacular. It's just like one that fucking matters.
Well, look,
in the moment, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be like something that makes me feel insane. It's just like, man, we are down there on 4th and 1, and it doesn't turn out to be ridiculous. It doesn't, like, it's just at some point, where does the pendulum swing towards good? Right. Where does the bow of justice bend towards righteousness?
Well, here's the thing with Bryce Young, okay, is like, I believe that if given the right circumstances, he could be a great quarterback.
I
The problem with Bryce
hate
Young
that.
is when things go bad for Bryce Young, he plays bad. When things are going really well for Bryce Young, he plays phenomenal.
I think
That's
that's
the
fair.
problem. It's two ends of the spectrum. Like he is a
Call
very
that a
great
front runner.
He's a very great quarterback whenever things are going really well for him. He is a top 5 quarterback. When things are
Cam
going
was a
bad, he
momentum
plays horrible.
quarterback.
He has no
Cam-
dog in him. No dog at all. He does not have the
Cam
the-
Newton could also change the
he did-
flow of a game. And all that.
Exactly. He didn't have the
himself.
Cam Newton. He didn't have I can't even think of other quarterbacks' names right now.
Josh Allen,
Josh Allen.
Justin Herbert,
Yeah, he didn't have
Justin
that dog in him
Herbert,
right now.
Patrick
Justin
Mahomes.
Herbert's
Like
a good
when things are
example of
going
this.
bad for Bryce Young, things are going to continue to
Justin
go bad for him.
Herbert should
He
be a
cannot
I
pull
know.
us out of that.
Justin Herbert looks like a dog. He does.
should
And
be a
right
JJ
now,
fucking pan.
I
JJ
need-
McCarthy.
I don't
JJ
even
McCarthy
need
looks like a
Bryce.
dog.
Yeah, even
Be the
JJ last
greatest.
night.
Yeah.
I don't even need Bryce to
He
be
looked
the
rough
greatest.
for that first half, but he turned it on there
And he
that last
pulled- he
fourth
pulled it
quarter.
out, yeah.
But can
all
I
right,
say something
guys.
too? Like, but hold on, even like the short yardage scenarios, like on the throw that was intercepted where he threw it to the gut, like run 2 yards for the first down. It was right there in front of you. And then also when you have a JT Sanders screaming wide open in the back of the end zone, and then you just throw it out of bounds, it's like, how is your thing, your ability to see the field? You have this ultimate quarterback sense.
Right.
You're able to put the ball on the money. And then the most boneheaded shit is where you cannot make a play. It's those little moments that separate the best from the rest. And as of this point, Bryce Young is just a member of the rest.
And our biggest fear is that what happened last year before is that it becomes a mental thing. It becomes the yips. Right. Is the fumble. It seemed like this game, I mean, look, I'm uses.
Same.
And look,
man.
there really was a lot in this. There were a lot of momentum changing plays from other players that really affected Bryce Young's game. But the momentum, we can't ever catch it. Then that stupid weather delay or whatever, right? Like the Panthers defense was actually playing very well. The Panthers offense seemed to be running the ball. And it's like, oh, now a weather delay. Now it's drops. Now it's this. Now it's that. I just need something, man. And you know what is like Bryce is just going to have to deliver. And he's going to, if he doesn't deliver this season, it's going to be the end for him. Guys, do not forget that the C3 Panthers podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Man, I'm telling you, football is if you want to make some loot on some daily fantasy football plays, Underdog Fantasy is the best place to make your picks and win money all season long. It's easy. You download the Underdog app, you pick a couple of players, you pick more or less, and you can put these picks together. The more entries you put together, the more you hit, the more money you can make. You can make up to $5,000 in cash up to $5,000 times, your cash. You can play as little as just $1. Right now, you can go to Underdog, download the app, and use the promo code C3P. And let me see if I'm going to do this because my producer usually takes care of all my screen shares. He's a godsend in my life right now. Where is this image at? I had you pulled up, Mr. Image. Can't even see it. Gosh, come on. Here we go. Where'd you go, Mr. Image? Google Drive. Here we go. Find the Google Drive.
I hit the notice at the end.
I got
Just
it
tell me
right
when you
here.
want it.
Boom. Here we go. I got to
No,
add,
wait, hold on. StreamYard does this bullshit. I got you.
add this right here. Take the comment down so we can just see everything right now. Right now, how about things are so in wildness in Carolina? There's only one available entry when it comes to Carolina going to Arizona. And it's about their running back. You can go in and place an entry on James Conner for higher or lower on a half rushing or receiving touchdown. I feel like I'm going higher on that. 59.5 rushing yards for James Conner, higher. 13.5 receiving yards, higher. James Conner had a monster game against the Saints. will the Panthers on defense that you guys are all telling me is trash be able to stop that? Wait until you see Marvin Harrison Jr.'s. We're going to have to see Tet McMillan's numbers. Go ahead and pull that down, Cody, because I want to look real quick before we move on to this and I finish up this read right here. I want to look up who plays Thursday night, guys.
Isn't it Atlanta and Minnesota?
Atlanta.
No, there's no way they're going to have Minnesota play Monday and Thursday.
That's 8:20.
Yeah,
that's 8:20. Who plays Thursday night, guys? Quickly,
I'll tell you.
we're giving this read. They're getting their money's worth right now. Make sure you download the Underdog app. You use the promo code C3, guys. If you do that,
Thursday,
Commanders and Packers.
Green Bay and Washington. Yeah.
Green
That's
Bay
going to be a good one.
Green Bay and Washington. Oh man, will you be excited about that? Let's hear. I'll type it in right now. Let's see what we got. Green Bay.
There's going to be a Micah Parsons over or higher or lower 2 sacks. I'm guessing. They might
Right
do
now,
1.5
we're a
sacks.
little early to the party right now. It looks like they're only got a few up here. How is that? That's Thursday. No, this Thursday night. You can get Josh Jacobs higher or lower at 79.5 or 10.5 receiving yards. You know what? You got like that's a tease right there. But Josh Jacobs barely catches the ball. You know, he didn't even have a reception until he joined the Green Bay Packers. The more of these you put together, the more money you make. Download the app today and sign up with the promo code C3P to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code C3P. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on the Underdog. Will you be next? Yes, you will. Stick with us all season.
Yes,
that's right.
Want to do must be 18.
You got to read the whole website, by the way.
Yeah.
Dot and everything.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets underdogfantasy.com/web play and get terms /DFS/HTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-8778-HOPE New York or text HOPE NY to 467-369. Thank you to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring the C3 Panthers podcast.
Cool. Get happy, make some money, and
real quick,
get
in the
higher
chat,
on all rushing yards against the Panthers.
Yeah, real quick in the chat, I'm running a lot of polls all night long. Right now, the latest one, does Bryce Young have what it takes? 63% no, 36% yes. So I think fans are starting to turn on Bryce Young right now.
Yeah, I would have been interested to see what that would have been at the end of last season.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
Yeah.
We're at the second game of this season, sadly. Not ready. What was the poll again? The exact wording of it? Because
The exact wording was, does Bryce Young have what it takes?
did you put I don't know?
No.
Well, I had one up earlier. It was
That's kind of a cop-out option. That's like the
I know.
I
agnostic
had
option.
one up
I mean,
earlier
yeah.
that was, could Bryce Young respond from this performance?
He
Yes.
has to.
I put yes, have some faith, or no, he's cooked. And by the last time I looked, no, he's cooked was the highest one up there.
I need him to.
Yeah, it's
I
going to
think
be
he
right
can,
now.
Actually.
I just don't. Yeah, like you said, Cody. I mean, no matter how many excuses you can find for Bryce Young, people are going to have to see it before they give him any type of grace at this point in time. We saw a little bit, but going into this year, Cody, you had a really decent point, and your point was, you said, are we going to see Bryce Young continue to be consistent at quarterback like he was towards the end of last year? The worry I have is the Bryce Young situation. Is Bryce Young is great when there's no pressure, like when there's nothing you're playing for. Like he's like
good for him, yeah.
Like his first year, even there towards the end, that Green Bay game, right? We were out of the playoffs. Like there was nothing we were playing for, right? Yeah. He lights it up. He has his best games when we're already eliminated. And so that worries me that maybe there is a situation like, to your point, there maybe we don't have a dog.
Well, hold on, Cody. Go back real quick, a couple slides. I can do it, but there's
I
Bryce
wanted
Young-
to talk about this one too.
There's
after
Bryce
you're
Young
done.
standing next to. Hang on, let me go back. Maybe it's on the slide. There's Bryce Young standing next to
Turk Warden.
Yeah,
That one?
Like, look at that. Like, look, dude, I'm 5'7", 185.
That's not
Okay.
Turk Ward. That's got to
Okay.
be an offensive lineman.
Yeah, and I mean
like-
Yosh Nijman, I mean, or whatever the
yeah.
fuck his name is.
Well,
You put
here's my
most
thing.
quarterbacks
It looks like
beside him.
me.
He's
That's what-
still
that's what I'm saying.
It looks like
overshadowing
me
him.
holding one of my kids up to see.
Yes, that's what I'm
they
saying,
can
man.
See the concert.
I'm 5'7", 185. For my size, I'm a big guy, right? This right here looks terrible. This does not look like an NFL quarterback. I'm sorry.
You know, I don't think though is the size has been the problem. I think the size is like, yeah, it's not an asset, but his problem is that he just hasn't played big.
Yeah.
But, okay,
You know,
so, but
I mean, it
when
just
we
hasn't
start
played
blaming it on
big,
the
and I
size,
don't. No,
You
I
know?
mean, I don't think just like I think you can be big, strong, and be terrible too.
you
Yeah,
can't.
Right?
Anthony
It's like I
Richardson.
don't think
But
that
generally,
this
when you're
is-
bigger and stronger, aren't you better? Generally,
Not
bigger, stronger quarterbacks are
No,
better.
no. I think that this. I mean,
No,
yeah, I
they
mean, like I do think that's.
Well,
a
when you're able to
realistic
put all those tools together, sure.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that it's not just been like, oh, he can't throw the ball, he can't do this, can't see, he's doing this. It's just like he's just not coming up with big plays right here. Go
Well,
ahead, Cody.
no,
and
hold
tell
on.
us-
It's not been he can't see. He's not coming up with the plays.
Yeah,
We're not
that's
we're
what I'm
not blaming
saying.
on the
It's
fact that
not-
he can't see,
That's
but
what
he's
I'm
not
saying.
coming
It's
up with the
not
plays.
his size.
Yeah.
You would think
So-
it would be one thing if the size was just a detriment, but no. I mean, look, Kyler Murray can like. I don't think that's alone a cop. I think that was a concern when you drafted him. Right now, the concern is just fucking. Is he going to get it done? Cody, what do we got here?
Well, yeah, so I wanted to bring this up too. Like, this is why I said that, like, Bryce is the ultimate Rorschach test, because everybody sort of sees what they want depending on what they think about him, and you can sort of see all those things. But my bone to pick is with PFF. Aaron Rodgers came back. He's playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers, had 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns. And PFF has him outside of the top 25, and they have Bryce Young, at number 18? Like, at a certain point in time, PFF is just pretending like they're the smartest guy in the room by being the contrarian and doing actually, what really happened was, and then giving you all this bullshit excuses for why a player was either good or bad. Dude, PFF, I love them for trench play. I love them for defensive line. I love them for offensive line. When it comes to almost any other position, PFF is just so backward to me.
How about this?
None of their shit makes sense
Listen,
It
at
really
all.
doesn't here.
Listen to this. Aaron Rodgers was 22 for 30, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I don't care under what circumstance. If you got the ball on the 8-yard line every time, and those were still your stats, how in the world could that be the case?
Baker Mayfield had 3 touchdowns.
22 for 30. 22 for 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
4
think
touchdowns, 0 interceptions. What does that even mean?
what is this sorted with his offensive grade? That's so weird. What is like even with his pass, they got him at 56. He had
Where is he at on
136%.
it? I don't even
He had
see
a-
him on
His
the list.
his
He's number
Aaron
26.
Rodgers is 26.
26.
That's
There's
what
no
I'm
way
something
saying.
weird. There's
Is
got to
there
be something
somebody
weird
on
about
No.
this.
that's got a problem with this motherfucker?
No fucking sense, dude. Like, there's a bunch of football nerds that want to be contrarians.
They're not
to
even
pretend
football
that they know
nerds. They're
better
just-
than everyone else. It's so stupid,
There's-
dude.
I don't understand this at all because I think that from what I saw,
This has got to be a different wrong week here.
yeah, this has got to be something. There's something weird about this because they've got Zach Wilson in there. He didn't play this week.
Oh,
This
did
is
we
Zach
get
Wilson.
duped?
Where's Zach Wilson? What number?
Number 29.
This was the one that somebody had posted the PFF grade.
Did we
for.
get duped?
No, I
Good
don't think so.
question. Have we gotten duped here?
While we
That
figure that out, let me
wouldn't have
read
been
some
the
stupid
best.
stats while we figure that out. Vegas Panthers Drew says Bryce keeps playing like this and he will end up being traded to the Rams. Dude pouts on the sidelines watching the Jumbotron, not leading the team. Oh, we have to play that too. And see if
This
fans
is
think
weird.
that's
I
more
got
good
it.
or not.
I sent it in our direct messages.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
it on the Jags Twitter handle too, which made me sad.
BG says for the 199, Copay says is Bryce Young worth the $60 million a year contract is the question. Right now,
No.
undeniably no.
I
He
don't care
wouldn't-
about how much he's going to make, whatever he's going to make now is what I think is very simple is right now there's no incentive. There's no reason to consider negotiating a contract beyond his rookie contract.
Yeah.
You know, if Bryce Young comes out balling for 8 games or not even balling, just really good, 10 games, playing average or above average, the Panthers are starting to think about, hey, should we get ahead of this and commit? Right now, the Panthers are not even, I'm telling you, I don't know, is if he don't have a bounce back game now and then really have a little good momentum towards the first half of this season, do you think the Panthers are going to do anything beyond? I don't even know if they're going to pick up their 5th-year option.
No,
and they have to make that choice at the end of this year, I think.
And by the way, Brent Tillis, when asked about it, was already very non-committal. Pretty much like, hey, let's let Bryce do something and then we'll talk. This is the PFF rankings for the entire Panthers team. Everyone who started, everyone who played. Teteroa McMillan at the very top with the 78.9. And then at the very bottom, Trevin Wallace with a 29.7. Absolutely abysmal in the doldrums. I know our boy Cole is in the.
Can you go back to
catcalls.
that for a second? Just for 1 minute here, if you don't mind.
Yeah, this one?
Yeah. Do me a favor. The worst grades.
29-7.
Yeah. So are some of the. So you look at Trevin Wallace, Pat Jones, Trevin Mooring, Nick Scourton.
I didn't think Trevor Mooring was bad, even though.
Yeah, anybody under 60, I think, is going to be an issue right here, right? And then DJ Johnson, Chow Smith Raid, Princely, all these people, right?
Uman Yellen.
They're
That's
like this. These are all supposed to be impact players on this defense.
All right. You know what is? I don't think the defense lost this game for us.
Dude, how is
you're trying to tell me DJ Johnson had a good game? I don't remember
about
any of
this?
these people.
Austin Corbett is given a 62.7, and
It was terrible.
So bad. And can I ask this to y'all? Like,
he had a
how
better
did
game
Austin
than
Corbett?
oh no, that's Trevor Anthony. Sorry.
How did Austin Corbett win the starting center job? Like, was there even a competition?
Yeah, but
Right.
he has.
Are you going to tell
at center? I think that is the high
Right,
snap
but
the problem there. He did not have a good game.
But Tony,
Cody,
that's what I'm
I knew
asking
that
you.
they
Though.
were going to go with Austin Corbett with his health and his experience in the beginning. And I thought that this is you get either an injury because you can go ahead and chalk up that guy is going to be injured by week 6 or continue poor play. They're going to cycle in Cade Mays. I'm not really just like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. It was a little perplexing that Austin Corbett played so bad.
But this is my question, though. Are you going to tell me that this is a recent thing, that him snapping the ball over Bryce's head is something that was only happening on Sunday? Because, like, if he was doing that in practice, then how could you reasonably give him the starting center job over
No. This could not have been happening completely. And how about this? Is looking at these numbers, Nick Scott that was better than Trevin Morgan. Can't believe that. I can't believe that. How are you going to say Rico Dowdle was so bad?
He was better than Derek Brown.
Yeah,
they said that Nick Scott is better than Derek Brown.
And Rico Dowdle had 4 carries.
Stupid.
Okay, this is stupid.
That's what I'm saying, dude. PFF, I almost put them up here to make fun of them more than I do to evaluate our
wild
team.
is how many people in the actual league, like GMs, real people that have influence in the NFL and also major sports outlets. We're fans. We're out here. We're going to bitch about everything. We're going to find the most ludicrous shit to talk about. But like the most aware people in football actually take it very, like, they take it serious.
Yeah, no, it's the dumbest thing ever. Trevin Wallace was the lowest graded player who took a snap in Carolina or Jacksonville. Dude, I mean, this is absolutely embarrassing, man. Like, we were hoping that Trevin Wallace would be a fixture of our linebacking core. I don't know what that was, but it certainly wasn't a fixture.
How much is the scheme, though? Like, that's what Like when you talk about how many people, like you've talked about Maury, right? Let's just say you gave any credence to the PFF, right? How much of this falls on the scheme? If you're talking about not having these guys prepared, these guys that you drafted that should be impact players, if they look that unprepared in a game, does that not fall on the actual defensive coordinator in this situation?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you. You know, I really wish I could tell you is like where the scheme, and I don't know. I just know that I don't think that our defense really just gave up everything all day, every day. They started getting worn down at the end and giving up clip chunks of run yards, 5-7, 5-7, that big one. There were some daggers. But I feel like too that's like we expected that. We really and Cody came on this podcast for the last 2 months telling us this. The defense is probably going to stink. Yeah, we put some assets into it, but this is we put the money, the draft, like we put this. It's time for the offense to take the lead. So I'm just like this. Is I understand that having a strong defense is important, and I do think that defense has to carry their water in this. But I just didn't look at this as like, oh, they were leaking like a sieve and they lost the game because the offense was doing everything they could. They were doing something at some point. 6 points in the second half, limited them in the first quarter. It was really after the delay. And one of those is that it was like it was just cascaded in problems with that Bryce fumble. Bryce fumble, and then we got the ball. They got the ball back, and they still got more points right before the half. Like it was, they double dipped on that. The Panthers imploded, but they imploded too because, like you said, the drops. We can't put it all on Bryce, but there was that fumble that led to these things.
100%.
The offense to me was the fucking problem.
I think what is the issue?
I just wanted to say that this list is indeed correct. So Zach Wilson must have played
like a snap or something,
some garbage time or something. Yeah, because he has the same. So Bryce right here.
Who's he with?
71.1 for Bryce Young, and then 71.1 here too. So that was the list.
Interesting. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense. But no, what I was going to say is with the offense is, we were talking about it in that press conference that Dave Canales was mentioning that he needs to do a better job getting the call in, and Bryce Young needs to get faster out of the huddle and all that stuff. Last year, remember, that was one of the things we praised them for, is they were getting up to the line, allowing Bryce Young to read the defenses and everything. And that was, obviously when things didn't matter as much, right? And so how is it that we go from the end of last year feeling like we've got all of our ducks in a row, all of this stuff going in the right direction, and we've regressed this much? I think, again, this is nothing but a testament to the fact that when you don't play your starters in the daggone preseason, you lose a lot of this ability to figure out where you need to get better. Because what you're doing, what happens when you're talking about in the preseason, they come out with scripted plays, right? They know what they're running in that first drive, right? But you play it for an entire half. You don't have that scripted. You're going to be learning. You're going to be playing, doing certain play calls based on what the defense is giving you, where you're at, the situation, things like that, right? We didn't get any of that. Everything they did in the preseason was scripted, so there was no need to call plays into Bryce Young's headset. So I'm concerned that this is still an issue. And that, again, I've been one to give a lot of a rope, and when it comes to Dave Canales, because I think he has the potential to be a great coach. Many people are going to crucify me for that statement, but I do think he has the makings to do what needs to be done to be a coach that's able to get the most out of his players. But right now, those two pieces, you're being too friendly to your starters. They need to be playing in preseason, period.
CK's on point. We're about to get to the calls, guys. The number's 252-228-5098. I didn't know where to go. I really do this is, look, CK is the guy that said Double E's going to be fired potentially by week 3. Like this, like we've talked about Bryce. We've talked about all these mistakes, all of these excuses. Right now, though, this offense that could not do anything has to come back to an offensive head coach who had 2 years in the system. And then this is not only, high snaps, this and that, but continued problems in why is the play clock always getting low? Why is it that there's not time for Corbett to call out protections, Bryce to potentially audible, this and that? Dave Canales has to take a lot of heat for this team coming out flat, and not just the team coming out flat, but for them not looking sharp from a coaching standpoint. Ultimately, they come out there, and there's been a lot of talk on Charlotte Sports Radio about them being outcoached by a coach who didn't even get the job until like the day they're drafting players. Their first regular season game, the opposing coaching staff looked far more put together and organized than we did.
Yeah.
And it's not, and that's actually needs to probably be the lead.
Yeah, man. But look, this is the part of the show where we listen to the voices of the C3 Legion, have your voice heard on the longest running Panthers podcast on the internet, the number 252-228-5098. Tony Dunn, let's roll.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like.
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use
one? It calls. If it pull, come on, where is your voice at? Where are you? Uh-oh. You can't hear it. I can't hear it, can you?
No.
Hear you. No.
You can hear me. Let's try a different call. Let's see if this one works.
Oh, C3 family, C3 nation, Panther nation. It's your boy, Josh from Maine.
Oh, what's up, Josh?
I know it's been a minute, but we got some thoughts. I think we all do, right? First up, Austin Corbett is booty cheeks. This just in. The high snaps, the early snaps, that shit gotta go. And if he don't get it ringed in like this week's practice and whatnot, he's gotta go. Like, put Kate Mays in there. That's easy problem to solve. Not to mention the man was not good in pass block. He was mediocre in run block. Speaking of mediocre, Josh Nyman, not very good. Not terrible, but pretty clear there's a reason this man's a backup. I think there's also reason to believe this is the last time we see him as a backup. Brady Christensen to be the backup left tackle if we're going to play that game. Anyway, we all know football is the game won in the trenches. And our offensive line, while they look good at times, I think that was a lot of the issue. Again, I can't overemphasize enough the high snaps that came too soon. It just seemed like he was just way out of rhythm. And you can't have that. It's not promising seeing that week one, especially like this is supposed to be the guy. But meanwhile, there was a guy playing center last season that looked better in my opinion. Ted McMillan looked pretty well as advertised. Did he blow up? Did he go explosive? No, but I think with a little time that's going to be dangerous. I don't know. You got to lay off the fucking coup meat or something, man. Because it ain't it. Like, that don't help. And then the defense, my goodness. Defense. You got to stop the run. It looks like the same old defense. That's like, I don't know. Team's not looking great. Started to figure it out in the fourth quarter, but it's a little different because they're just trying to run the game out, trying to run the clock out, so they're going to try to run the ball so you can load the box, you can do things like that. And Bryce, buddy.
That's always the problem.
You got to figure something out. You got to settle his ass down. That ain't no way to play. But we all know that he's got better in him. We all know he can play better. We know. And maybe he got to play a little more in the preseason because his offense did not look cohesive. Not at all. And I'm just about out of time, Panther Nation.
Thanks, Josh from Mash. Good to hear from you. I love our Massachusetts boys. They roll hard in the paint. They come down all the way.
They do, man.
Nick, man, my boy, man, Nick. I love you guys.
I did want to say something about the center, though. This problem that we're having with Corbett, it should not be a persistent one. We had not one, not two, but three players last year that held down center pretty good for us. Austin Corbett was okay, but so was Cade Mays. He stepped up in a big way and was able to do some damage. Also, Brady Christensen, who the heavens will never align to let him start at left tackle even one fucking time. But he also played some snaps at center, and he also was pretty good. So to me, Corbett has a very short leash. He needs to get this center thing figured the fuck out, man.
Josh drives 12 hours to come see these games. I'll give him a second call.
Sorry, boys. This is KG from Jacksonville again. I got cut off on the phone.
Nope. I guess I'm not looking at the numbers well enough. Let's see what we got here. Maybe this is his first call. That first one threw me off so much that it was silent.
Hey, guys. This is KG from Jacksonville. I just wanted to call real quick. I'm driving into work on an early Tuesday morning after watching Monday Night Football last night. I'm just sitting there watching two young quarterbacks who have spent less time in the league than Bryce Young. Caleb Williams last year played, I wouldn't say his best brand of football. Everybody knows that. I wouldn't say it's not awful, but it really wasn't good. And I watched him come out last night, his second year in the league, and look halfway decent. You know, the first half, he played good football. Was it perfect? No. Did you watch him and he make some plays and you were like, dang, that guy could be a pretty good quarterback, or that guy has a little bit of something to him. That guy is a little bit electric. He made some plays. You look at him and you go, wow, that guy could actually do something in the league. On the other hand, you see J.J. McCarthy play his first downs of real-life football in the NFL. And in the first half, it wasn't great. Did it look awful? Maybe not. But it wasn't great. In the second half, you watch him come back from the locker room, make adjustments, and look like a decent quarterback. Now, can you say, well, he's playing in Kevin O'Connell's offense? He's got Justin Jefferson on the outside. Yes, you can say those things. I think the point of this call, though, is just I'm tired of making excuses for Bryce Young. I'm tired of having everything have to be perfect around him for him to be – for him have to make plays. Like, just go out there and make plays, dude. Like, how many times do we have to give this guy excuses for every little thing? Now, are there times where things are not his fault? Yes, 100%. But he's a number one overall draft pick. Please overcome circumstances and make plays, dude. Like, at the end of the day, your job as an NFL quarterback is to lead your team and make plays, overcome things. And he just does not do that. He doesn't do it. And I'm coming to grips with that this morning for the first time. And it's wild, dude. It's wild. I think the best thing the Panthers can do is to, if he plays terrible this season, is to let it ride. Keep him in there. Do not pull him out. Do not bench him. You play him all year long, and you see where this goes. You have to. If we go 2-15 or we go to the damn Super Bowl, you have to play him the whole time. And if it's bad, then we know what we got to do. But it's crazy to me to watch two quarterbacks make adjustments and look halfway decent and just make plays, even though they're not playing perfect. Like, it's just to watch football.
You muted, Tony. I do want to say this. You know, I feel like, Tony, after this game, there's so many more of these people. So for those of you who don't know, on Twitter, people know me as the resident Bryce Young hater. I'll just do everything in my power to hate on poor little Bryce Young. But I've gotten a bunch of comments and messages after this game. Like, dude, you were right. I'm not making any more excuses for Bryce. I'm tired of doing it. And I've noticed that everybody has a line, right? So when we moved up to draft Bryce, everyone was super excited. Everyone felt this was going to be the heir apparent to Cam Newton. He was going to be the guy, former Heisman Trophy winner. He was a big-time college football player. But then, bad play after bad play after bad play. Now, originally, you can find some excuses. You can find the players that didn't do their job. You can find the offensive line that didn't block correctly. You can find all the little coaching minutiae of things that should have been done or could have been done different. But everyone has a line where they're just like, okay, dude, at this point, I'm tired of hearing the excuses. I'm honestly tired of hearing them. And I feel like if he continues to have these performances, many more people are also going to be like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm not doing it anymore. You're seeing it more and more. And I think that last cat call echoed the same thing.
This is a wild
Agreed.
tweet I saw up here. It said, the tweet said something like, hold on, I can't. The tweet said, first ever blockbuster trade to benefit no party involved. And then it referenced, all right, let's go to the next, the reference. And for you guys listening, the Panthers received an number one overall pick. The Bears received a 9-61, a 2024 first round, 2025 second round, and DJ Moore, and nobody's done anything. Next call.
Sorry, boys. This is KG from Jacksonville again. I got cut off. I'm going a little bit of a rant driving into work. I'm sorry. But don't even get me started on this
Good,
defense.
brother.
It's Ejiro Evero. Should have been gone last year. And I don't think he makes it through this season. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think Dave Canales necessarily likes him that much. I do think having continuity from last year and keeping him in the system, I can understand because you said, okay, maybe he didn't have the players he wanted. But if this defense continues to not be able to stop the run, continues to play so soft on the outside when it's – how many 3rd and 20s are people going to convert? I mean, every game – like Jacksonville shot themselves in the foot so many times with penalties where it would be 1st and 20 or it would be 2nd and 20. And then it's 3rd and 5 and they convert. Or you'll have a long down of distance for 3rd down and they convert because we're playing so soft on the outside. And we had no pass rush. Still no pass rush. I didn't see any pass rush yesterday. Or not yesterday, but Sunday. So maybe that stuff comes together. If not, I don't think he makes it through the season. But, again, watching everybody else's defense in the league, except for Miami, they played god-awful. But everybody else's defense seems somewhat like they fly around. Seems somewhat like they have an idea of what they're doing. Watching our defense, it's like watching a high school varsity team figure it out for the first time. Like, I feel like there's no communication. There's always a bust in coverage. Like that touchdown, the first touchdown Jacksonville had, where it was a play action and Trevor Lawrence rolled out of the pocket, I'm pretty sure Wallace was supposed to be covering that tight end that came out because you could see Roseboom pointing at him, pointing to the pylon, like, hey, you're supposed to be over there, and he wasn't over there. I feel like every time there's a passing touchdown, it's a busting coverage, usually. And it's exhausting. I'm ranting. Maybe it's not that bad, but
Oh, well, that's right.
It just
There's
feels like
nothing to
that.
be excited about. Thanks for the call. Let's keep
It's your
rocking.
therapy session, brother.
Let's
Getting
keep
it out.
Hey, y'all. Just want to share my thoughts on the game. So just before I do that, I want to kind of give a little bit of context. I stopped being a emotionally driven fan the past few years because of how bad they've been playing.
Good call.
But just to kind of look at the game in a non-emotional way, there's a lot of things I noticed. First thing I noticed was not playing on preseason. It wasn't another preseason game.
Good Lord. The storm. He's a fucking tornado, bro.
No drive, no get off. Coaching was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say, like, Evero's scheme is mid. Canales' offensive scheme is mid. The play calling was mid. Like, that 1/4 play fourth down when Bryce was threw that touch, tried to throw in the end zone, and it was like way off. That they should have just kicked the field goal and chipped away at the deficit. But I think Canales was trying to show that he was a big brother to the other coach. And I think that Bryce Young, because of all the bad play around him, he was trying to do too much. And he started making mistakes because he's trying to do too much. He's just a game manager. He's not a game overtaker like Cam was.
Yes.
So
Yes,
he's just trying to do too much. There's a lot of things on the defense.
He hasn't even
that's
managed
all
the game yet.
Bad play calling.
Yeah, agreed.
But you also had defensive ends who are not holding the boundary for the run game. So that's why ETN was bouncing it out all the time and getting 10 chunk yards. On that 70-yard play, there's one defensive tackle. I think it was Ejiro, maybe. He got washed. That's why that game got blown up. But overall, you know, you got wide receivers not catching balls. And yeah, it was just mid play call, mid team, mid coaches, mid.
How about that? Thank you so much for the call. I mean, how about being a non-emotional, unemotional Panther fan when that is what the thing that we're all afraid that we're all going to become is close to apathetic. I did want to put this out in a comment, but thank you for the call. It's like, and I get what you're saying is like, you're not going to have it ruin your life and stuff like that. Not that you don't care. But like, that's where we continue to go to. Highlight this comment right here. D God M. And I still need to know how to pronounce this. I hope it's not like, I don't know. It makes me feel weird. Like I'm going to say something like heretical in this. Bro, y'all tripping. Bryce is it. I bet week 3 he start cooking. That better be fucking sarcastic. And the reason I'm saying this is at what point do we just continue? This is why I said, like, I went on the radio, I went on these picks, and I said, I'm gonna pick the Panthers to win this game on the road, just simply because of it's a new season, optimism, this and that. But like, at what point do we have any evidence of, and I'm not just talking about Bryce, the fucking Panthers being any good? Like, at what point does that make, like, it could possibly happen, you know? I mean, it could possibly happen that you meet 12 porn stars next week and have the best week of your life. But that's possible, but the most improbable thing ever. At what point do we just like stop just saying, and I'm almost like this, it's not even just hope at this point. I feel like I've just been like, well, at some point it's got to happen. At some point, the Panthers can't lose every game in a row. This is their week every day. Like,
dude, watching
experience, fucking just say,
dude, watching the Carolina Panthers is like meeting 12 gay porn stars the way we get fucked on Sundays, bro.
I know. That was like the week I didn't want to run into. And then all of a sudden, that's the one in Jacksonville. Oh, wait, in Arizona, in this. You know what? You meet 17 porn stars.
Yeah, not the kind you want.
Here's my
not
thing.
the porn star you wanted to run into. Jeez Louise, it's so terrible.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
Well, hold on real quick, Philly. Here's my thing. It's funny how things turn around. Is like I've been told that I'm so worried about being right that I don't care about what's actually going on. And the roles are reversed now. Like,
so stupid.
People for Bryce Young are so worried about being right. They don't care about what's actually happening. They're going to die on that hill. Like, I was told that I would die on the hill that Bryce Young was not good. I put my faith in Bryce Young, and I still think he can be good this year. I said 11 wins this year. I still think Bryce Young can be good this year.
All right,
but I'm not going to die on the hill for Bryce Young. I'm not going to.
Dude, I don't think that there's many people that are against you on that front.
Now, 3 years later.
Yeah, I mean,
later.
That's
what I'm saying.
I am 100%
at all.
I am on Greg's team so fucking much. Y'all know I live on Twitter. The amount of people that are Bryce Young fans over being Panther fans is fucking disgusting.
Yes.
But Greg
exactly.
didn't like Bryce
They're
Young,
shitty
and
fucking
Greg was
people.
believing in this. What I'm saying is that at what point does it make sense for you to think it's going to be like at what, like, are we going to get to the picks tonight and be like, well, you know what? I mean, the Panthers came out flat, so it's got to happen that they're going to bounce back. Like, is when Joe Person came on and said that this defense could not be worse, I almost crossed myself right then as a Catholic and said, bro, I said the same thing when Frank Wright became the coach, and it was like it can't get worse. It can't get worse. Well, you know what? I don't know if it can get better until I see something. And I mean, I just want, like, what evidence do you have? It's like, like CK, it's like if I called your job, if you called me from your job, and I was like, man, look, I mean, I gave you all of these reasons. This is my week to come back. This is my week to make my payment on time. Like, at what point? Like, I mean, it's like you haven't made a payment on time, period, in your whole fucking life. I don't know. I mean, I want them to make a payment on time. I'm telling you, I'm not picking the Panthers to win until they win one. Then I might start reevaluate my hope. But I'm picking an L on the road against Arizona Foreshadow. We're doing our picks in a little while. Let's keep going with the calls. Numbers 252-228-5098.
Yo, it's showtime. Lou for Fort Myers. And I'm going to just keep it a whole buck with y'all, bro. I watched that first quarter, and I knew this wasn't going to be a good-ass game. I turned on Red Zone. I watched the first quarter, and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Bryce Young threw
Painful.
3 picks, 2 that actually counted on the stat sheet. And it's a Monday. And I don't know if this is going to get played because I have school tomorrow. I got work tomorrow. There's literally no time I could probably put this call in. By the time I get out of the school, podcast is already an hour in. But I just want to say this. The Panthers' downfall started with the hire of Scott Fitterer, dude. I'm done. I'm done.
It started with...
Done! This nigga set the whole franchise back a fucking decade. How the fuck do you do that? And bro, I waited a whole day maybe because like I could probably get my emotions intact, but no, bro.
Didn't make it work.
Was letting go Steve Wilkes, a coach that the players would fucking die for. Fans would fucking die for. And you let him go and you hired this motherfucker Frank Wright, bro. And ever since then, it's been a fucking spiral. And I know you're going to be like, dude, it's just week 1. It's just one fucking... No, we look fucking sorry out there. Bro, this is not competitive football, bro. These motherfuckers are out there just getting paid. Bro, fucking sign me up. Does anybody on that team give the actual fuck? Where's your balls? Where's your pride?
My man's preaching
bro,
right here.
What?
Yeah.
Jacksonville. This nigga first day coaching. Dave Canales, bro. Who is this offensive coordinator, bro? This is worse than preseason.
No. There's only one spot. There's only one spot he's wrong in.
Camp. It's just week
I don't want to sound like
it's
a Debbie Downer,
camp.
but if we play like that, we going fucking 0-17. Because Jacksonville is probably the easiest team we played on our fucking lineup. Fuck it. Even the Saints looks better, bro. What the fuck?
The Saints.
Sorry, coach, bro.
We're the worst team in the NFC South after week 1.
That's it. And I bet
we're only one game back.
Would fucking flip around.
You know,
and
it's funny he mentions the
I don't
Colts.
even know where Steve Wilkes is. But if that motherfucker's on his couch watching our game, fucking hire him. Get rid of the fucking Evero. You can't even blame this game on Evero, bro.
His blood's boiling.
Bro, you can blame a lot on Evero. You got to blame something on Evero.
Nah,
you got to take some blame. No, Evero's got to take some blame.
It's just camp.
Well,
it's
hold on,
just
real quick.
preseason. It's just camp. It's just week 1.
Yeah.
It's just week 2. They gonna come together. It's gotta happen.
Hold on,
it's
real
week
quick, real
3.
quick,
It's
Tony.
just this.
Real quick,
it's
Tony.
just that.
real quick, are you saying that you agreed earlier that Bryce has shown nothing, and because he's shown nothing, that we should disagree with him? But you're not saying that with Evero, because Evero has shown us absolutely nothing. I agree.
I told you my piece is that the defense did not lose this game for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, that's fine, but our defense is still garbage.
Okay.
So
I don't have
agree,
to disagree with that, but we don't
have
have we don't have a defensive head coach. We've got offensive head coach. We've got a number
but
one
Canales
draft
has given the reins over completely to Ejiro.
Doesn't matter. The defense didn't
it
lose
does.
this game. Defense didn't lose this game, and I don't care. I don't want Evero. I don't want Evero. I think that Dave Canales needs to be taking more heat for this loss.
Well, hold on, real quick. How many points did the defense give up?
27 technically.
How many points did the offense score?
10.
10. Okay.
10, bro.
I can't
fucking
argue much about
points.
That. Well, okay, here's my
and
thing.
by the way,
I agree with the caller.
Their offense still scored more than us.
They scored 21 in the first half, and 14 of those, or whatever, 17 of those came in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. The defense only gave up 6 points in the second half. They just could not.
It was the 7th game in a row that the Panthers defense has given up over 200 rushing
I still think
yards.
is there stats, there's damn stats, and there's lies. And I understand. Look, I'm not defending.
Well, it's not a lie, though. 200 yards rushing is 200 yards rushing.
But this defense could have all right, if this defense would have held the Jacksonville Jaguars to 13 points, this team still loses, bro.
Maybe. The game's different then. You don't know that. The game's different then. You don't know that. I'm sorry.
Gosh.
You're saying that, but you don't know that. Okay.
So
this caller was right about a lot of things, except for he said Scott Fitterer was when we failed. No. When David Tepper took over this team, that was when we failed.
It's
every moment since David Tepper has taken over this team has been a failure.
Okay.
Well, how about this? I'll say
we're on our 8th straight losing season.
I'll say this about Dave
moment
Canales.
since he's taken over has been a failure.
Dave Canales should have fired Ejiro Evero.
Yes,
at the end
and
of
that's
last
on
season.
him.
I agree.
That's
At the
on
end of
fucking
last
him.
one,
You don't like
100%
he
that's on
double.
him.
Yes.
And by the way, that you are the voice of our franchise. You're the head coach. You're the one who is the face of what we're doing on offense and defense. You're the coach. You determine. The fact that he brought Ejiro Evero back just so that way he can delegate all the defensive game planning to Ejiro, that's lazy. It's poor leadership. And it just shows that he's kicking the can down the road. And he'll also have someone to pin the excuses on when the defense continues to fuck up. Like, how could you look at that defense and think, oh, they'll get it together in the next couple weeks or
you
something?
know what? If
Like,
this
no, they're
defense
fucking
holds
not.
it holds any team to under 25 all season long, they're doing what they got to do. If this team, look, if you hold a team to 17 points, you're fucking top defense, right?
Yeah,
I know
I
they
agree.
didn't
I
hold
agree.
them to this, but it's a pick, it's a fumble, this and that. So we can make excuse after excuse. I'm not making excuses for the defense. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is the offense gave this team no chance to win. No chance to win. I don't care what the fucking defense did. The defense could have held them to fucking 14 points. They still had one touchdown at the end. So I'm sorry. No, is that this is everybody. Look, we're talking about this as things. We're like, it's fucking Canales. And you know what? And I'll go ahead and put it this way, is that the fact that there is miscommunication, that the play clock's going down, this is year 2 of Canales' system, this and that. Like, no, that shit should be more polished on offense. We should be able to come on this podcast and be like, oh, the fucking defense, Evero sucks. We gave up 200 yards, but we can give up and it's not even that clear cut. The fucking offense, the head coach, like the coaching was not sharp. And I'm not out on Canales. I'm just really disheartened that this fucking team was not more put together. Okay. You can talk about talent, you can talk about the players, you can talk about execution, but they didn't do the things anywhere. There's nowhere on this team that you said, man, they look prepared. I'm sorry. They didn't look prepared at all. And you know what? I'm putting this. I don't think we're throwing enough shade on Dave Canales. I think it's too easy to throw shade on Double E, on Bryce and this. But this to me is Dave Canales. He's got to do better. You're talking about this is we're talking about we hired a guy who came out of Tampa Bay who was a 1-year coordinator who had a good go, right? But man, I'm watching Tampa Bay. That offense is cooked with every fucking coordinator they've had. Then they got beat. Wasn't the Jags guy hired the fucking former offensive?
Hold on. What do you mean they've been cooked every offensive quarter they've had? Haven't they won the division in the last 2 years?
No, they've been cooking on offense. It wasn't Dave Canales that just all of a sudden, right? And then wasn't this coach the one that was the offensive coordinator for the fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year? Mm-hmm. Wasn't he the guy that was hired last moment that beat us and their team looks better put together? Sorry, Dave Canales, top of my list of FUs right now. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to look at him. I'm going to say, fuck you. And he'll be like, man, you're such a nice dude. Actually, I love him. He looks good. He's beautiful. He's all of these. He says, he's so a nice, happy smile. He's a Ted Lasso. But Mug, he's got to get some of this and the majority of this. It starts there. If the quarterback gets all of it, head coach gets it. Let's go to the next call, part 2.
My bad, y'all. Bro, that shit was just boiling in my chest, bro. I was hot, bro. I was hot, and I know y'all can hear it. But there's zero excuses for Bryce Christopher Young, because we had the same team that almost made it to the playoffs with freaking PJ Walker, and where's PJ Walker now? You can say we're more talented because we had DJ Moore, bro. I've seen coaches do more with less. Literally more with less, bro. Yeah. Can you name anybody on that defense? Maybe J.C. Horn and Brian Burns. But bro, it starts with every trade that we did, we fucking lost it, bro. What the bro? If it's not too late, trade Bryce Young for literally anybody. Literally anybody.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get a 6-round pick. How about this? You get more for Adam Thielen
for him to be good. No, you should be good off bat, buddy. You get paid millions to do your job.
Nope.
And
he's got to suffer with us.
21 an hour, and I show up every single day, even though I don't want to do it. I still do my fucking job. Motherfucker, yours. You know what I mean? God damn, bro. French doesn't have weapons. You go Josh McMillan. And what? To put up 8 points? Come on.
It's embarrassing, bro.
It's not no Jamar Chase, no Justin Jefferson, bro. You could have waited for Ryan Williams. You could have waited for fucking Smith out of OSU, bro. You could have waited for any of those guys, bro. This is who we want. Bro. And I'm not saying McMillan having a bad game, but bro, if you want star power, you go get down. That's 58 yards, bro.
All right. Let me see. Oh, look, I changed damn account somehow. All right. Let's keep going with these calls. Let's see what we got next.
CK, Tony Dunn, Cody Lack, the C3 Legion. Oh, hey guys, it's the Hope Villa, and I'm here with head coach Dave Canales. Yeah, guys, it's 4th and 1, and we're in the red zone. So let me do like my mentor Pete Carroll did in the Super Bowl, and let me call a play to throw an unsuccessful pass to give the ball back to our opponent because it might make them feel better. And let's not run the ball, guys, with 2 1,000-yard running backs. Oh no! I'm the cutesy play caller from Carson High School, Dave Canales. So let's just do it that way. Yes, the Hope Della. I'm tired. I ain't gonna be able to get this all in one call. You know why? Because this coaching staff makes me absolutely sick. Unprepared. They looked unprepared.
Oh, perfect.
That's on Canales. That's on Evero. That's on Izzy. That game was an atrocity. I'm telling telling y'all, Tepper ain't patient. We know it. Look, I mentioned 2 weeks ago, don't confuse effort with results. What I saw, Bryce had effort. He did. And it showed that it takes more than that. The lack of preparation, them not playing in the preseason. Bryce still having problems with the snap count between him and his center, Austin Corbett, a veteran, 2 veterans, and they're still having issues. And we didn't play them in the preseason. That's on Canales. I'm tired of the Carson High School cutesy coach with a stupid play calling. It's the hope that I'm calling.
Thank you. I want to say something real quick, dude. I said on Sunday, like, can we have a mean motherfucking head coach again? Like, can we actually just get a guy who's willing to tell people on this team how much they suck and hold them accountable and actually make them play up to their standard and up to the level? Because it's like, I'm done with it. I saw somebody on Twitter say, I want Canales to start watching porn and drinking alcohol again. Because it's like, dude, there's no edge to this guy, man. And, you know, at a certain point, you have to wonder, like, do you blame David Tepper on this? Because reportedly, David Tepper didn't want John Harbaugh to come here. And John Harbaugh would have been the leader, the unquestioned leader of this organization up and down. So, I don't know. I'm so tired of the soft, cutesy bullshit, man. I agree with the hope dealer, man.
All right. Let's go to the next call. This is coming back for part
Hope
2.
Dealer second call, y'all. What was Jacksonville's record last year? Weren't they 4-13? Weren't they worse than Carolina? I'm pretty sure. Not only that, Bryce had protection. Yeah, I don't want to hear any excuses about Bryce Young. Yeah, he held onto the ball on an average of 3.2 seconds. In year 3, 3.2 seconds. What happened to last year, the 2.7 seconds? Oh, and Dave Canales, what happened? Oh, we're going to be stubborn. We're going to be stubborn about running the ball. We're going to be stubborn. Man, get out of here, man. And hey, Cody Lack, this one's for you, my friend, because you know what? I agree with you 100%. We should have played Brady Christensen. Why did Josh Nyman in a backup role for Icky? Yeah, his PFF grade, I want to say, was a 34.8 at left tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody, I'm giving you your props, my brother. You're right about that.
Thank you, bro.
I'm not gonna coddle Bryce Young this year. This is year 3. A contract extension, Bryce, is on the line. Wake up, Bryce Young. Wake up quick. You got a whole bunch of money on the line, my friend. You keep playing like that, you ain't gonna get a darn thing but benched and cut and replaced. I'm tired of it, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta leave off with something hopeful. Man, T-Mac looked like the real deal. I can't wait to see T-Mac on one side and Coker on the other, because Xavier Legette, and I've been a big proponent of Legette, I can't defend what I saw, not getting 2 feet in. Man, look, this the hope dealer. Everybody out there, I got to keep it real, but stay hopeful. Keep pounding.
All right, let's keep going.
Pounding, brother.
This is Anthony right here.
Yo, what's going on, C3? It's Anthony from Charlotte. Hope you boys are having a good Tuesday, man.
What's up, Ant?
Wanted to call in and obviously talk about these Carolina Panthers, man. I know y'all, we got a show right now. I'm just going to be very blunt. I went off on Sunday. I was very disappointed, very upset. But I appreciate Cody and others having my back and understanding where I'm coming from, because I feel like we all feel the same united sadness and disappointment from this team for going on 18 now. And I just want to talk about some stuff that was really alarming to me. I don't want to talk about the game anymore. We know how it went. Bryce Young, just reverted back to old Bryce Young. It's almost like they scrapped the whole playbook to work last year. But what's really something that needs to be talked about is how this team every year, right? Because football teams, for the most part, no matter what the record is, there's always going to be some bright spots on the team that carry over into the next year. And that's essentially how you keep building as a unit, keep building as a team, is you build on what you're good at and use that as a focal point to spread across year. We had this great play action game, but we didn't see any of that. So my question stands, guys. Why don't we ever carry anything over from the previous season? It was the same thing with Frank Reich. Steve Wilkes showed him, which he should have done film on. He should have just used his system, but his ego was too big, that you can just run the ball with the offensive lineman we had and the 2 running backs, and then we do something different. Personally, guys, I think we just don't have it at head coach. Cody mentioned on the show, we need a mean motherfucker that holds these players accountable. No one seems to be holding each other accountable because there's no culture here. We talked about this in the spaces. There's no culture here, and that's the biggest issue with this team. Is David Tepper wants these soft-nosed guys, these like offensive guys that just the yes man. That's why he doesn't want a Mike Vrabel or Jim Harbaugh, because he doesn't want to be told when he's doing something wrong. And the sad truth is, until that changes, I don't think anything else is going to change. No matter who the quarterback is, who the wide receivers are, who the defensive coordinator is, which, yes, Evero still sucks. But my point stands. There needs to be a complete overhaul. And we're sitting here another week 1 where we come out sloppy and undisciplined again. And that's on the coaching staff. It's very disappointing.
He's got a part 2 right here, and then we're gonna get back into the show after this call.
Hey guys, it's Anthony again.
Still a few more
Anthony.
calls.
Just wanted to call back real quick. But yeah, it's very
season time, boys. I want to say something.
Disheartening, and it's just the same common theme. Now, what I really wanted to bring up that shouldn't be glossed over here is, oh boy, Canales had a ton of red flags in the press conference that I need to put notice for everyone on. He literally said he's been, quote unquote, pushing for defensive changes. Let's think about that for a sec. I have been one of the people that have been trying to explain to people, and I said this in a cat call last year, he feels like an offensive coordinator in the head coach role. Like he controls the offense and Evero controls the defense. And if that's the case, if that's what we have to do, a co-head coaching gig, because Canales doesn't know shit about defense, which makes sense because he was spewing the same stuff out about Nick Scott in his presser that Evero was saying in an article by Joe Person, which tells me Evero's telling him stuff about the defense. So if that's the case, that's a major red flag, that you have no authority over your own fucking team. Excuse my language. That is not head coaching material. Yeah. And that's essentially why I watched the film back. I said I didn't want to. I ended up doing it. There was lazy effort from tons of players. Xavier Legette is prime example of this. I don't want to get into slandering him. I see people already turning on him. Guys, it is what it is. I said this to CK. Just a lack of effort, just unseriousness, and those are positions that can easily be replaced. Yep. So if we have to go get another tight end because JT Sanders can't catch and Excel, can't catch either and has no situational awareness like Mingo, so be it. But that's all I had to say, guys. I know this was long. I had to get everything out. I just want fans to understand what we're really looking at here. I think it's a coaching problem. I think the quarterback and him aren't on the same page. Bryce isn't good right now. I think the front office is good, but we need to get someone in here that can create a real culture, man. Anthony from Charlotte. Love y'all boys. Keep motherfucking pounding.
Keep pounding. And so, look, this is now the second call. I mean, both of Anthony's, but there's been a few calls that have talked about Canales just being soft. And that comment they did make about, pushing them to play more of the young guys. Like, how about this? You're the head coach. If you think Lathan Ransom gives you a better shot at safety than Nick Scott, why are you pushing? Why are you asking questions? Make the fucking call about your football team. And the point that I want to make is, right, Tony, when we had Joe Person on, we were talking about how disheartening it would be if we had to do the quarterback thing all over again and get another quarterback. But, dude, going through the coaching carousel is just as fucking disheartening.
Yeah.
Like, when are
you're
you
going to be doing both, bro?
Yes. When are you ever going to find a head coach that has a tough enough cohesive vision for this football team that will actually execute on his plans, on the things that he says he's going to do, and is willing to hold the players and his own coaching staff accountable. Like, now we have so many more doubts about Canales after year one and now going into game 2 of season 2. It's like, I've seen this show before, and it doesn't end well.
You're listening to the C3 Panthers podcast, the longest running Panthers podcast. We're live every Tuesday night. We're here on Friday nights with the free for all. We're here on the post game show after every game, commiserating. It's C3 therapy, guys. I promise you, man, we appreciate all your time, your energy, a thumbs up, a like, all welcome. Your time and your energy, your calls are fantastic. I do want to put this out here, and I thought I could share. I guess I'm gonna have to share it this way. Not here. We got yeah. Add mine to the look. One way you could, or maybe I can plug. Oh, where'd it go? Holy moly! See your members here. I do want to say this. I had it clipped. I had a clip going. But here, one way you can support the show is becoming a C3 super fan. Thank you to Reagan Johnson, Justin Porch, Bill Cravens, DJ Fish Nipples, C3 Doug, I'm LaDante, Alonzo Sampson, Black Fry, ERH, Demex4L, Justin Norris, Nook for Real, all the people that have joined in the last 24 days. We've got 83 super fans, guys. We've had upwards of 200 in the past. Man, I'm telling you, the more a little bit goes a long way. For $1.99, you can be a C3 super fan and help the show continue to grow. We appreciate all of the super chats, but we appreciate your time, your energy. I know Greg's going to have to go soon, guys. So we do need to power through, at least get Greg's pick in here. What else do we got to talk about? I think we've covered a lot, and we're going to continue. We've got like 10 more calls, guys. We got a lot of calls to go. Cody, what do we need to hit, or should we just go ahead and jump towards Arizona while we got Greg here and talk a little bit about that?
Well, we can let Greg make his pick. We have to go to the depth chart first.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the starting depth chart. And again, it's like none of the things that we've been asking for, none of the changes that we want to be made are being made. Austin Corbett is still the center. So it's like he obviously didn't see enough to want to make that change. If you don't make that change for Corbett, who did you make it for?
I think it's too early to do that. I think you got to go another game, try to get that. Like, I'm sorry, just one. I think that shows panic. I think it shows that you didn't trust in the players. I think this is like, I mean, you're not benching Bryce after one game, right? I mean, I don't think it's time, but I do think this is that you're going to have to see improved play quickly when it comes to Austin Corbett.
Yeah, let's let Greg make his pick for Arizona. We'll let the bad daddy get on up out of here. Greg, we appreciate you, brother.
Oh man, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I have to leave, but like life is different now, and I definitely got to step into the.
No need to explain, bro. You're all good, dude.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna stick with what I got. I got us to the win. I'm look. I don't care what we see right now. I could be totally wrong this year, and I'm okay with that because there's been things I've been wrong about, but I still think Carolina's gonna have a strong year. We own it, Arizona, almost every year we play them. So I'm
on the
Carolina
road
this year. Yep, picking Carolina this year as a
all
win
right
on the road in Arizona. So we're gonna see what happens.
Greg, the bat daddy, the stat daddy, thank you very much. Go serve your family, your country. Thank you for serving the C3 Nation tonight. You've heard the stat daddy, the bat daddy. Well, welcome back to the show, guys. We got to keep rocking through this show.
Thanks for the new intro too, brother. The fucking fans loved it, man.
Yeah, still got to get things fixed, but I appreciate you. I'm glad you like it. So
yeah, man.
All
right, keep pounding, brother.
Have a good night.
Keep pounding.
Yep.
All right, what else do we got? Do we got to talk more about this depth chart? I don't know. I mean, like, I think we're just going to sing and beat the same drums that are this. Is that
we're getting to it.
You're going to want to see Scott replaced with Ransom. You're going to want to see. I mean, look, I think Austin Corbett. I think that's a little too premature at this moment to go ahead and move on from that. I don't think that would be a good look for the locker room, to the players. I think you got to see what another week can do. Is there anybody else on that list that needs to be replaced right out the gate. I'm sure you're ready to go. Brady Christensen.
Well, I mean, I wanted to talk about left tackle for a minute. How much does Ikem Ekwonu make a difference to this team? And it really boils down to who do you think Ikem Ekwonu is as a left tackle? We don't have to spend a ton of time on this, but do you think that having Ikem Ekwonu back, which he is trending to be back against the Cardinals, how much of a difference do you think this ultimately does make to the offense, having Icky back out there, CK?
I don't know. I didn't feel like the pressure was as much of an issue. You know what I mean? Like, I think that having him back might be it's going to be a net positive, I think. But I don't really know if like this is something that's like, man, we're going to be way better now because Ikem Ekwonu is back on the field.
And TK, I think you got to do this I think in fairness to him as a player, is that coming off this surgery, and whatever, I know that the surgeries for like, you can pull out an appendix out of your belly button now and stuff like that. And the recovery time is if one more week allows this mug to be healed and stronger and be ready to play, I'm okay to suffer through it a little bit more. I do think like 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Look, is Ikem Ekwonu, we've cried about his pass blocking. This offensive line did not look as dominant without him, though. And you can point to Austin Corbett and this and that, is that there's a reason Ikem Ekwonu was a top 10 pick. There's a reason that the Panthers are flirting with the idea of going ahead and paying him and establishing him. While he may not be as dominant as you want him to be in every facet of the game, very much better with him than without him. But playing him prematurely, I think, would be a disservice to the team, disservice to him.
Agreed.
So we need to make sure it's ready and that. But yes, we are ready for that to get back. And it shows you when you have a player that, you want him to be the best player in the world, but he is not. He's average, above average, or better than having Ninjma.
Go ahead, CK.
Can I ask you a question? Like, based on this PFF, this is again going back to the absolute illogical approach that they have, right? They had Austin Corbett ranked they had him at like a 75% or 75 grade or something like that for total offense. But how in the world does half of your job being pass blocking and you get a 27.7? How does that equate?
It's so stupid, dude. It's so dumb. Like, that's what I'm saying. PFF, to me, it's just, they make absolutely no sense at all.
I think we cracked it with that Aaron Rodgers joint.
Yeah,
22 for 30, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he was like the
over 200 yards.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm a fan of their offensive line grades, but no, not this one. I will say this about Ikem Ekwonu real quick, though. I think if the Panthers get back to truly being a dominant run-first football team,
helps Bryce,
then it helps everything. And for that, I would like to see Ikem Ekwonu back in this lineup very soon. I think we are a better run team when we're running the football, and I think he helps with that tremendously. So, I do think that he actually could be something that can turn the tide in our favor, and it is trending to be available. So this is the defensive side of the football. Again, the only reason I bring this up is because Nick Scott is still a starting safety over Lathan Ransom. Why?
Okay.
Why? It fucking drives me insane. Why are you
This is just a piece of paper.
Players?
This is just a piece of paper. Who plays the first snap and who plays
why
the
is he number one?
doesn't matter.
But why though? Why is he number one?
Because I would say is that like there's no depth chart for coaches. So like if you just make like Nick Scott the scapegoat, if you make like is like
why
it's
Nick
a paper
Scott
announcement
ahead of
that makes
Lathan Ransom? Like, that's what I'm saying. There's no reason to not want to try out your young guy other than Nick Scott has been around for a while. Like, it makes zero
If that makes
sense.
you feel better, then let's put him off the team. Put him on the 5th. You know what they should do is they should just promote Lathan Ransom to the 1st string and then put Nick Scott on the 3rd string and leave a blank. That would make me feel better.
Fucking terrible. And to me, this is more of an indictment on Canales, like our callers were talking about.
All right. Look, I thought this was interesting and not interesting. This is our boy Colby right here. Is that when you're this bad for this long and you have these problems, you go from being a hero to a zero. And even Dan Morgan getting shade. Like, I think the Jonathan Brooks worth draft decisions. I don't think that. I hate that. It sucks. It's a sucky moment. I think the Trevin Wallace, while the Peyton Willis guy is doing better, right, is another one that's like perplexing. I don't know. Is that the whole reason I just put up this up here is that nobody is safe right now when the despair that we're at is Dan Morgan, who everybody's like, we were just celebrating a moment ago, is like everybody catching.
Yeah, dude, all it takes is one bad week and everybody's ready to put the shanks down.
If it makes you feel any better, Peyton Wilson was graded 33, which is very close to the same grade that Trevin Wallace got. So let's not sit here and try to pretend like this was a night and day. But by the way, this idea that Dan Morgan is somehow just like completely like dog water all of a sudden because of how the first year and one game has gone for him is absolutely hysterical, by the way. Like, I understand Colby's in his feels right now, but that's just hysterical to try to blame this all on Dan right now.
Do you want to finish out the calls before we do Arizona?
How about this is let's take at least a few and then because they keep coming, like we got to just roll. Yeah, let's just keep rolling with calls.
What's up, boys? Happy Tuesday. Can't wait to hear the show. You guys are about to kick off in the next 30 minutes or so, but
look, it's like
I'll catch you in the morning and listen. Hey, I didn't want to pile on. I know it's going to be a donkey parade of Bryce did this and Canales sucks at this and Evero should be gone. I wanted to ask the boys of the show. Number one, Greg, man, I hope you're on tonight. So glad to hear you back. You and I are kindred spirits, man. I hear you talk and I think, God, I believe 99.2% of everything that comes out of his mouth. So good to hear your optimism. I want to know, I'm not coming at you at all, man, but I want to know, it's cool to hear how excited you were for this season. Still think the Panthers are going to make the playoffs.
Well, he did.
Why not? I mean, it's a long season. I get it. Just want to hear your thoughts. I know it was a tough game, but
damn, I should have played this
like
call
I said, 17 games, 16 left. And then Cody Lack, I am coming after you a little bit.
All right, there we go.
Man, I love you. I love all you guys. Like family.
Appreciate you, brother.
But for 6 years now, 6 off seasons, I've been hearing this is a prove it year.
Yeah.
And I want to hear your definition of what a prove it year means now, because at this point, I feel like it's Red from Shawshank Redemption saying,
second Shawshank
rehabilitated. I don't even
reference.
know what the fuck that word means anymore. So, I mean, what does a prove it season mean? Like, if they haven't done it in the last 6, do we need to give them another 6? Do we blow the thing up? I mean, I don't know. Man, I'm not coming at you. I'm just joking.
No,
around,
I hear you.
I do want to know, like, what is a prove it season? Like, how many prove it seasons do we need, man? Because they haven't proved shit to me. But I'm excited about next year.
Yeah.
I was hoping for 8 and 9, 7 and 10 this year, some growth, and we still got room for that. But y'all keep pounding. Like I keep saying, best
Keep
part
pounding,
of
brother.
Sunday football. Talking with my boys.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Love you, man. No, listen, I mean, brother, you and I are in the same place. When I say it's a prove it season, meaning I'm not expecting the Carolina Panthers to do a damn thing ever until they prove to me that they're a team that they're actually going to, compete. That's why this past Tuesday before the Jacksonville game, my prediction was 4 and 13 or something like that. Like, I only had us winning 4 games because why would I believe that this team is actually going to be worth a damn? We always get our hopes up every year, and then they just fumble the ball before they even get to the 50-yard line. So when I say prove it season, What I'm saying is I'm not giving any flowers. I'm not giving any accolades to anyone on this team, to anyone on the coaching staff, to anyone in the front office until they go out and earn those said accolades, man. So that's all I'm saying. I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you, man.
All right, let's go to the next call.
Hey guys, it's the growl that makes somehow, aka Joey the Blind Panther. You know what I've been thinking about all day at work? What do you say we call the Giants to see if we can't get Jameis Winston? They're not using him. He's like the third string behind Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart, or soon to be Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson whenever they get tired of Russell. But yeah. Jameis Winston would be a lot of fun. You know, he's probably going to throw a lot of picks too, but hey, you know, Dave Canales has gotten a lot out of veteran quarterbacks that are kind of circling the wagons.
Hendon Hooker season,
and maybe Jameis Winston could be his latest success story.
Tony would love that.
It would be awesome to see that in the Panthers uniform. Because
that would be
honestly,
hysterical.
if Bryce Young keeps playing like he played, I wouldn't be surprised, and I want to know what y'all think of this. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new starting quarterback that's not on the Panthers roster right now at the trade deadline.
I don't think so.
Anyway, guys.
All right, thanks, Joey. Wakanda forever. Next call.
Yeah, my thoughts are this. I watched the game up until the interception, turned it off as usual, went outside, done my thing, even went to another state to go do some more stuff that I wanted to go do. Came back, watched the highlights, and got even more upset.
Had to go back to the dispensary in another state.
Dog, come over here. The bright part of the game was, T-Mac. I thought he had some good catches. And, man, the drop balls killed us. Golly, Moses. If we could have caught some more balls, Bryce Young maybe would have had, 150 yards maybe? And, man, those picks, man, that kills us. Golly. And our defense, it is trash, man. I mean, Hefty couldn't make a better trash bag. Golly. Anyway, you guys put on a great show, man. I'm listening live tonight, walking the dog. So, hey, man, you guys keep up the good work. Keep pounding. And I'll watch another game this Sunday until the interception. Then I'll cut it off again, I'm sure. So, hopefully, they turn it around and we do really good. And we squeak a win out. And Bryce has a stand-up day. The receivers actually catch the balls. Running back to do their job. The line do their job. And how about the defense? Man, they really need to do their job. But anyway, you guys keep it up, man. Good show. Talk to you.
You know what I give that, Tony?
What?
Oh,
An applause?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I didn't even catch. That was my soundboard.
Oh, I know. I did. Is it a sound? Like, good for you.
No, it's not. No, it's not mine. StreamYard uploaded
Okay.
is.
Good for you.
One more round of applause.
Nice and loud. That's the loudest applause I've ever
we
heard.
turn those down? Like, is there
I could. No, I could. But
you
then
could
there's
clap us
times.
out of here.
No, but then there's times when like Tony will say some dumb shit, and I'll be like,
Man,
and I want it to be really, really loud.
You better get better at that. You better bring your heat, because I've got this board over here. I'll be Actually, I don't tap it a lot. All right, let's go to the next call.
What's up, guys? It's Jay from Anderson.
What's up, Jay?
For the Evero defenders who excuses the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad defense. Oh, it's the players. The players are very bad. That's why the defense looks bad. How many times do we get to pick up a guy and they say, "Oh, that's the Evero guy"? Hello? Is anybody there? Bad defense. Evero's guy. Huh? You see what I'm saying here? And people want to say, well, who's the worst, the defense or Bryce Young? Well, at least with Bryce Young, we've seen Bryce Young play good for a few games last year, but Evero's defense since he's been here has been bad. Has yet to been bad, and they refuse to play the better players over his guys. I mean, how can people keep defending Evero when it's his guys that's causing this defense to be so bad? That's labeled as Evero's guys, and he won't play the better players over his guys. Hello, the problem with defense is Evero.
I agree personally.
100% agree.
All right. Let's keep rocking. My man, that's what we all need right there. The other guy went across state lines for that.
T-Dog 1983 TV. Man, real quick, whenever you come in here, make sure you please hit the like button. Make sure you please subscribe to the great content. The C3 Podcast is the longest running Panthers podcast on YouTube.
Appreciate you, brother.
But man, this loss is very frustrating, man. You know, being at the game, man, it was just I had so high hopes for Bryce Young to begin his revenge tour in Jacksonville. So I was in Jacksonville 2 years ago, you know, when we lost. And the way we come out and play like this unprepared is just very unacceptable. But I got a couple of main things I want to talk about on this call that are my major concerns from game one. Number one, Brady Christensen is our backup left tackle, even though he plays multiple positions on the offensive line. Why the fuck do you got your backup right tackle playing left tackle instead of Brady Christensen playing left tackle? So we already fucked up right there on the cohesiveness of the offensive line. You know, you got the right tackle playing left tackle, which was dumb as fuck. Brady Christensen is your backup left tackle. Let him play backup left tackle. Same thing with the offensive line. Corbett, he's done. Too many fucking injuries. Why the fuck K. May's not playing center? Younger, bigger, stronger. What are we doing? This is like Matt Rule shit. This offensive line really pissed me the fuck off because Dave Canales cost the fucking plays. So I was really enamored to why the fuck we got the backup right tackle playing left tackle and you got Corbett fucking starting and you hiking the ball too fast or you got either too fast or you were hiking it too goddamn high for goddamn Bryce. It was just like, come on, man. Shit, that should have been done in preseason or whatever. That's another thing. These boys ain't play enough in preseason. That last preseason game, they had them 2 goddamn 3 and outs. They should have been still fucking playing. We ain't got them doing shit. The fuck, I don't know why these motherfuckers thought it was gonna come out here and got them just be throwing the fucking ball around. They didn't do shit in preseason. Like, come on, man. That shit pissed me the fuck off, man. And something else about this game.
I hear you, bro.
Evero. Man, I'm done with Evero ass. You know, I don't know why the fuck they got Nick Scott fucking starting. Nick Scott is fucking trash. On that big ass fucking run play, Nick Scott got them.
He's coming back with a part 2. If you listen to this later in the broadcast after the replay, make sure you hit the hype button. The hype button can help promote the videos, like a like or a subscribe. Let's go back for part 2 of that call.
It's still about 83 TV. 1 second call. But I'm going to finish it up. I didn't mean to call in 2 times, man. It's very frustrating, man. You know, I thought this was going to be our year. We're going to turn it around. Like I was saying with Evero, man, on that first drive the fucking Jaguars had, man, they got like 3 fucking penalties, holding calls. These motherfuckers like 3rd and 20, and they still get the first down. Like, I am not used to teams being backed up on us and getting the fucking first down, man. Like, so Evero, hey, man, he is on the fucking hot seat. Really, make him fucking go, man, because we done brought in all this talent, man. I just really don't know what the fuck he is doing. I had no more faith in Evero after Sunday. I had no more faith.
Amen.
You got fucking Nick Scott playing over goddamn Damani Richardson and Lathan Ransom. Damani Richardson was playing over Nick Scott last year. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, this, oh, man.
Oh, it's just frustrating, man. Very frustrating, man. Like, I'm not trying to give up already because it's only one game. But, man, that really, for us to play the way we played the end of last year and to come out to play this first game is very fucking disappointing, man, and disheartening, man, because I'm tired of fucking losing, man. But I'm not going to put it all on Bryce, you know. I'm not going to put it all on Bryce. Everything was not Bryce's fault. Real quick. XL can fucking go, man. XL can fucking go. He did not get better. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody talking about getting him a fucking break. He was doing all this bullshit in the offseason at the fucking hockey game, at the fucking Kentucky Derby with Louis Vuitton, a Louis Vuitton jean outfit, Louis Vuitton jean shirt, Louis Vuitton jean pant, ostrich cowboy boots, ostrich cowboy hat. Motherfucker, you ain't did shit. You ain't did a goddamn thing, nigga. What's up wrong with y'all? He ain't did a goddamn thing. To be out here doing any goddamn thing. Then he ain't all in the goddamn music video with goddamn Gorilla. That right there did it for me. He should have been somewhere in the fucking field with him and goddamn dollar bill. It should have been him, dollar bill, and a fucking jungle machine. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man? I'm done with XL. The fuck? He got a fucking sandwich. What the fuck? What the fuck? Steve Smith ain't never had a goddamn sandwich.
You got a fucking sandwich.
Good Lord.
Bro, I love C-Dog, man.
Call of the night right there.
I love C-Dog,
Everybody got to
bro.
have a
Call of the night.
Yo,
right there.
C-Dog, have a good ass night, bro. You're right. Steve Smith didn't even have a sandwich in the stadium, bro.
Cody, I'm going to move the slideshow up real quick just because I want to promote this while we got some people up. Can you put the presentation up? Guys, don't forget that we got the September swag bag given away in 14 days from now. Still time to enter. What you do is you can check my pinned tweet out here. I'm going to get the link. I'm going to drop it in the chat in just a moment. You can scan that QR code. But what we do is every week we give away a Panther swag bag. And the more you got to go to Gleam, the best way to enter is hit that Gleam IO and do all the things. But you retweet, you subscribe on YouTube, you do all that, you hit that QR code, you're eligible to win that fan cave sign. This is where it's great. The historic Panther memorabilia that's been salvaged from Bank of America. That's a metal sign that's pulled off the wall, that logo right there, full metal sign actually off the wall of Bank of America. And you get a Voice of Panther Nation t-shirt. The more entries you get, the more shares, the more you do all the things, you can help us. Like, look, we want to give away things. We got to keep people happy. You can continue to be a part of these giveaways and the fun that we have. I mean, look, and then you get to listen to C-Dog do that. It's wonderful. Let's go to Chuck from Elizabeth City.
Hey guys, Chuck from Elizabeth City. You know, I got to tell you, it just there are no words. But watching this team and being a fan, I feel like that rabbit that's chasing after a carrot on a string. You know, winning games for the Panthers is a lot like Panther fans trying to chase or win. And we're always let down. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm a diehard, lost a lot of fans along the way, and I still love them. But I've lost my soul over this team.
Man.
Oh, brother.
I feel you.
Fan.
I hear it, man.
I mean, look at that. It's like, look, the sadness that exists in that right
That
there.
breaks my heart, man. To say he lost his soul over this
I know.
team, it shows you how many people put their hopes in these Sundays, and the Panthers just fucking drop them every single time. Hang in there, Chuck. We got a lot of football left to play, man. I know it's rough, but C3 gonna get you through it, brother. We got you, bro.
3 more calls to go. They're all short. And we also got to know our foe, according to Panthers.com, and make our picks for the Arizona Cardinals. Let's go.
I am the ghost of Jerry Richardson statue. If you want to win and win successfully, put me back in my rightful place.
You know what? I was thinking about this is like, if I imagine like if you ever shaved a woman's legs, you would just think of Jerry Richardson's ghost. That's what I was thinking of. It's like, look at these beautiful legs. I would shave them. I was like, Jerry. Jeans Friday. Here we come. Friday free for all. Jeans Friday coming up on Friday free for all. Ghost Jerry coming. Let's go to the next call.
Yeah.
Yeah, AC whooping y'all's ass this weekend. Y'all took our playoff spot last year. We're coming for that revenge game, baby. Woo!
Oh, is this
a Cardinals fan?
Cardinals fan, yeah. All right, thank you very much. That's awesome, man. We appreciate that. And final call so far right now. Final call of the night.
Yeah, fuck that. It's Bryce. You know it's Bryce. Everybody knows it's Bryce. We gotta stop fucking trying to. This fucking guy sucks, dude. If he fucking sucks, he sucks. Let's just call a spade a fucking spade. That's the fuck he's a
That always
fucking
sounds
spade.
racist to me when you say that.
He's trash as hell, dude. He's not even a spade, dude. He's a fucking goddamn heart or a fucking diamond, dude. He's terrible. Let's fucking call it what it is. He's legit fucking terrible.
I don't think that's true, but
3 years fucking goddamn B, if you can't be as a 3 years, come on, man, show something. He hasn't show shit. Every fucking first game, okay, we're gonna wait till the fucking goddamn 10th game for him to be fucking decent. That's fucking not good. That's not good enough, bro. He's terrible. And this is Al from fucking Fort Lauderdale, dude.
What about?
Dude? He's fucking horrible, bro. Please play this shit. Please play this shit because he's fucking trash, dude. You tired of this fucking guy getting a fucking pass. There's no more passes for this fucking guy, dude. He's fucking bad. He's fucking bad, dude. He's fucking trash, gap. Any fucking goddamn Florida's playing guy can fucking say he's a piece of shit, dude. He sucks. He sucks. He's horrible. Bryce Young, look, the pass the fucking goddamn Renfro, he was way late. The pass to JT, he's way late.
Where are we getting all the pass XL over Lad McConkey?
He's not open. He's not fucking throwing the ball open. Play like fucking goddamn Drew Brees, bro.
XL over Lad McConkey, trading up for XL.
Dude, Lad McConkey looks like the shit.
I know, but trading up, I mean, that also adds insult to injury right there.
Yeah, I know, man. You didn't really even have to trade up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have taken Lad, bro. Fucking insane, dude.
Listen, I think I get the point. You gotta show me what you do and all that. It's got to be consistent. But I mean, we had seen multiple times last year that he's not garbage, right? He can play. He's just got to get his mentals right. In my mind, that's what I think it is. Is when it comes to the pressure, he's not playing well. But when there's no pressure, the dude's lights out. And so we need to be able to see that. And if he can do that when there's no pressure, I think once he can kind of get settled in, I think then, there's a good chance this dude can be better than what we've seen.
You're listening to the C3 Panthers podcast, the longest running Panthers podcast. We're live every Tuesday night. I got to say, while we're talking about Lad McConkey, AB's Twitter shit still hits.
AB is one of the funniest followers on Twitter.
Hold on, who's the guy that is on NFL Network that is always apologizing now?
Oh gosh, what's his face?
Mark. Gosh, where is it? Why is it not? Did he make this tweet? Is he tweeting this much? Oh my gosh, his fucking Twitter is so fucking awesome. but it was he put up a generational versus like like not generational, and it was like a a paint swatch, and it was like, oh, it was so fucked up. It was just like I was thinking, Lad McConkey. All right, that's the call so far, guys. Let's jump into this. Let's finish it out. Let's rock through it. The Panthers are on the road, 0-1, coming off a really tough loss and a tough opener. They're going against a team that is in the NFC West with a team. The NFC West is kind of ripe for the taking in a sense, but then you've got Sam Darnold playing up there. You've got the San Francisco 49ers who pulled out a win somehow, somewhere. The Rams also pulled out a big win over your Texans, and CJ Stroud not looking so great. That's what a lot of people tried to lean into. Is this the Cardinals moment to go ahead? And they've got some opportunities. Kyler Murray in his 7th or 8th year. Cody, tell me what we're facing, our foe and Kyler Murray coming off of a win against the Saints.
Yes, sir. Since getting drafted number 1 overall in 2019, Murray has been an enigma, winning Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2019 and making 2 Pro Bowls, but only going to 1 playoff game, falling in 2021 to the Rams. He's a dynamic quarterback, always happy to move around and look for a play from anywhere on the field, as well as scrambling for yards himself if need be. Against the Saints, he went 21 of 29 for 163 yards and 2 touchdowns, as well as us rushing 7 times for 38 yards, according to Next Gen Stats. He completed 8 of 10 passes for 71 yards against the Blitz, recording a passer rating of 135.8 after finishing with the 79 passer rating against the Blitz last season. Murray targeted pass catchers behind the line of scrimmage on 31% of his attempts, 6th highest rate in a game over his career, completing all 9 for 20 yards and a touchdown. He did take 5 sacks for 33 yards against the Saints last season. In a late December matchup against the Panthers, Murray went 20 of 32 for 200 yards and 1 touchdown and 1 interception, adding 8 rushes for 63 yards and another score on the ground while taking 3 sacks. So, boys, what I want to say about this is, to me, this is the type of opportunity for our defense, specifically our defensive front 7, to get after the quarterback. When you pressure Kyler Murray and make his day hell and have to move him outside of the pocket, that's when his completion percentage just drops off the face of the earth. So we have to get in the backfield. We have to make Kyler Murray unsure about everything he does all day.
The Panthers need to get
later, Kitty. You have a wonderful night.
Panthers got to get their defense rolling, but they're going to have is that you've got a quarterback that can scramble, right? You got a defense that's had trouble getting pressure against them, and he is been there. He's done that. He's done more than our quarterback has. Guys, look, you're going into their home. You're going in their house right there. Kyler Murray, you want to talk about a undersized quarterback, but guess what? He got a cannon. Bigger arm, more mobile than Bryce Young. I'm not sitting here going, oh, this is fodder for the Panthers defense. The Panthers defense needs to create some pressure like the Saints did. We need that. And this could be problematic for the Panthers. We're going to hope those corners hold up because they got some big matchups. Cody, next up on Know Your Foe. Look, this is where it is. It's not just Kyler Murray. Our corners are going to have to earn their money. Mike Jackson looked good in this game to me. J.C. Horn is the guy that we paid the money, had that incredible play, but they're going to have to go earn their money and earn it while that defensive front tries to get some pressure.
Yeah, they have to, man. That these weapons that they have, they're legit. And I think Marvin Harrison is really coming into his own. The two-headed receiving monster, Kyler Murray, has 2 drastically different receiving options in the pass game. His second-year receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr., and fourth-year tight end, Trey McBride, the latter of whom is coming off a 1,000-yard season. The duo finished at first and second respectively, for the Cardinals on Sunday. Harrison had 5 receptions of 71 yards and a touchdown. McBride brought in 6 receptions for 61 yards. The Panthers were able to hold McBride relatively in check last season, keeping him to 3 receptions for 20 yards, and Harrison Jr. to 4 receptions on 8 targets and 39 yards. So, look, man, this is where I really get unsure because our defensive backfield outside of J.C. Horn has not looked
Mike Jack
great
is straight,
at
bro.
all.
Mike
Man,
Jack
okay.
is good, bro.
I don't trust
He is
any of them
good.
outside of J.C. Horn, bro.
I do.
That's how I'm saying.
I do. Mike
That's how I'm
Jackson, my
living.
man. Hee hee.
CK?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't think this. I think our defensive backfield is going to be actually a little better. I think our only concern is if we can't get a pass rush, these guys are going to have all day to get open. I think that's bigger of a concern than anything else. I think our defensive backfield is actually the most solid unit on this entire team right now.
He starts scrambling too. Callum Murray starts moving those little legs against that linebacker group.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. All I know is this is not going to be any easier than what we just faced.
That's the truth. The final piece to this puzzle is what our offensive weapons are going to be going up against. The veteran and the rookie. Buda Baker has been a menace to deal with, and that seems to still be the case through week 1 of the season. He finished with a game-high 10 tackles for 1 loss and a pass defended against the Saints. Now the linebacker seemingly has a counterpart on the back end with rookie corner Will Johnson, who's been lights out. The Michigan product had 1 tackle but 3 passes defended. He's allowed 3 completions for just 26 yards on 6 targets, including 3 passes defended as the nearest defender in coverage in his NFL debut against the Saints. According to Next Gen Stats, Johnson forced a tight window on 3 of his 6 targets, 50%. Cardinals quarterback forced a tight window rate of 21.6%, the 12th lowest in the NFL last season. So what I'll say is this, right? That
Best
Will
rookie
Johnson,
receiver versus best rookie.
Dude,
corner.
yeah, I mean, really, Tedoroa McMillan versus Will Johnson has the making of a heavyweight title fight. These two are going to be a great test for one another. And the fact that T-Mac has gone up against J.C. Horn all offseason, he mentioned in one of his press conferences by his locker that having J.C. Horn has made him into a better player, having to go up against them week in and week out. So this should be an awesome matchup. And I'm excited to see it, man. I'm hoping that T-Mac continues to shine against some really good young competition in Will Johnson.
Guys, we are on the road coming off a tough loss, but a tough run. The Panthers, they got to start winning. At this point, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. They got to start, stop beating themselves and start winning on each down and winning against the competition. They're on the road against the Arizona Cardinals. This is when we make our picks. The Carolina Panthers, I guess, and I'm going to go ahead and let's see what the odds are right now. Odds for Panthers at Cardinals. Should have had this pulled up already. Let's see what it is right now. All right, let's go to Cat Gravely. Support the locals. Support the locals right here. Right now, Cardinals are 6.5 point favorites, over under 44.5. Guys, Greg sticking to his guns. He picked the Panthers for a win. CK on the road. What you got for us? I mean,
dude, I think we're gonna maintain. I think I'm gonna keep my original pick here. I think the Panthers keep
a loss.
Did I have the Panthers losing here?
Yeah, week 2 you had them for.
Oh yeah. Now I'm debating that because I think we're coming back. I think we're gonna bounce back in a big way this week. So I'm gonna change my answer to a win here.
All right, I'm going L, bro. I'm not picking the Panthers to win until they win, and then I might not even pick them for a win. Cody, who you got?
So you would think me and Tony would be on the same wavelength here, but I'm going to stick true to my original win-loss column before the start of the season, but it'll only be after this one. If they lose this one, then I'm right there with you, Tony. I'm not predicting a win until they actually can go out there and get one. But I'm going to pick the Carolina Panthers to bounce back and win in a big way. I do think it'll be a good game. I think we'll probably start out slow, but I do predict us to come back. I'm predicting the Panthers to win 27-24 on the road in Arizona.
Thank you for all your support tonight. You're listening to the longest running Panthers podcast. And when I say the longest running Panthers podcast, been doing it 14 years, never missed a week. Shuffled the show a couple of days every now and then. We got a show on Tuesday night. We got a show on Friday night. We do the post-game show. And we have the longest running segment on the longest running Panthers podcast. And when I say the longest running Panthers podcast, we run 3 hours, baby. Give me that. Like radio, take that, bitches. No breaks. No commercials, no nothing. We're here for you. We take your calls. We love you. We hang out with fans. Cody, Lack, let's ice some fools up, man.
Let's do it. The longest running segment on the longest running Panthers podcast. Let's ice some fools up.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
It's our time to ice up. It's our homage to Steve Smith, should I say. It's our time to ice up some fools. We can step inside or outside the football realm. Everybody's fair game. Myself, the people on the panel, our family, our friends, 12-year-olds in Oklahoma, and we've never met. I've iced them fools up. Guys, where we going tonight? I'm going to start off with one quick one while I think of a better one. I'm icing up Panther fans who are like, oh, Adam Thielen, look at what you got. You went and got what you wanted and traded, and you didn't put up no numbers, and you didn't do this, and like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? That motherfucker got on a team that got a W. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, look, I'm not actually rooting for Adam Thielen. I wasn't sitting there going, I don't even really like the dude that much. I didn't even have some affinity for the mug. You know, like, I mean, but damn, like, we're so butthurt that we got our asses whooped, this and that we're hoping for him to have a terrible debut. We're hoping for this. And then who's the guy, Cody? This is when I fucking went nuts. I was watching the shit because one, Tony Dunn is not the football expert. I'm an expert football fan. But I told you, J.J. McCarthy, I kept saying, man, this dude can ball, man. He can play. Oh, he just handed the ball off. Well, his junior year, this motherfucker dealt against Penn State. I saw him throw. I throw him zip. I throw him sling it, right? Yeah, tough first half. You're sitting there going, Caleb Williams or whatever, but this and that. It's over. Oh, my God, look at this. I can't believe they moved on from Sam Darnold. And Mug comes out and gets the shit done. They pull out the win on against the Bears. I think on the road to division rival. But this is what fucking sent me over the hill or like over the moon on this shit. Who was our quarterback coach that we just fucking loved for a minute under Frank Reich?
Josh McCown.
Josh McCown. And he's over there with the pad, and all of a sudden JJ fucking dealing at the end. I'm sorry to the Panther fans that just like, I don't even like Adam Thielen. Fuck that motherfucker. Like, I don't even care. But like, nothing about that makes me feel better about who we are. They won. We got nothing. Ice up to that.
Ice up. CK, do you want to go first?
I'm gonna let you go because I'm yours. We can't. I'm the one that I'm thinking you're probably gonna do. We can't show the video of it. So,
I'm definitely not gonna show the video, but like I feel obligated to.
I need to know why the video is not that bad. I need you guys to explain it to me. Like, I feel like I need to know.
Yeah, I'm about to do it right now.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll ice this up, by the way.
Yeah. So listen, as you all know, I live in Charlotte. I've been on the Charlotte rail line hundreds of times. I've been on that thing. It's great. It's great during game day. It's like the best way to easily traverse to and from the city. I'm not going to say the killer's name because he's a fucking piece of shit who doesn't deserve any recognition at all. But what I am going to do
this
first,
a race crime?
well, 100% it was, but let me get to it. So first I want to say her name, Irina Zarutska, who was literally an immigrant from Ukraine, fled a war zone, came to America, and was senselessly murdered, stabbed to death on the Charlotte transit system, bled out. While it's all over Twitter. Go on Twitter for a minute.
I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it.
Well, but you know what though? You might not want to see it, but I believe that everybody should. Everybody should have to see what this woman dealt with and what she went through in her final moments as she bled out and 5 other fucking people refused to do anything to help her. So I'm icing up a couple different fronts here. One, to all the people with the Ukraine flags in their bio for the past 2 years that have been bitching about how terrible it is for Ukrainians. All of a sudden, don't give a motherfuck about this Ukrainian girl. Secondly, all the people that have been constantly bitching about how the Trump administration is doing all of the immigrants in America so completely dirty and they're being doing so wrong here in America. Don't give a fuck about this immigrant girl who was senselessly murdered on a train. But there's a third aspect to this, right? The dude who murdered this girl was let off 14 different times.
Armed robbery,
calling 911 and making false accusations and shit. But I'm also I'm icing up the judge, the magistrate judge, Teresa Stokes, who had seen him in September of 2023, let him off the hook. Also saw him in March of 2024, let him off the hook. And how about, did you even know that in America that you don't even have to pass the bar to be a magistrate judge that presides over career criminals?
It's just an elected position.
It is just an abject failure. It's an abject failure on so many different fronts. And the fact that people, people have daughters, people have wives, people have sisters. The fact that a girl could just be sitting on a train and some fucking piece of shit stabs her 3 times and then she has to look around in fear in her final moments as no one does anything to fucking help her. It's absolutely disgusting, and half of our nation is fucking hypocrites. So ice up to this bitch judge Teresa Waters, ice up to the fucking people that didn't help her, and I think that we should bring back public executions for this fucking piece of shit that did what he did to her. I know I would be in attendance.
So I want to double down on this ice up because there's so many other avenues to ice up in addition to what Cody said. All of those are great ice ups. Number one is this happened on the 22nd of August. It's been 2 weeks. We only heard about this within the past couple of days.
Yes.
This is atrocious because if you look at any major news outlet, this story, and listen, I don't want to make this about race because it's about lives. It's all that this is about. It's the loss of a life. But you change the people that are doing the stabbing here, it's national news within an hour. Okay, that's a problem.
1,000%.
You have a problem right now where because narratives don't fit, and that's on either side of this. I want to make this clear. I'm not saying that any one person is or any one group is more morally righteous than the other. Everybody is equally in their corner and probably would have the exact same reaction if it was somebody who went against their own narrative, right? That's not what I'm trying to say here. The fact that there is this loss of life, the hypocrisy is absolutely hysterical. I want to go even a step further and want to talk about the mayor of Charlotte.
Yes.
Listen, the mayor of Charlotte put out a statement about this. By the way, not immediately, only after it started to gain traction, and saying we cannot arrest our way out of this. Not condemning the guy, or let me rephrase, not basically asking to show compassion to those with mental health issues. Listen, I understand that there is a certain level of this situation that might be mental health related. That dude had no business being in society, period. No business whatsoever. And
He
you
knew
as a
who he was
mayor,
going after.
you as a mayor can't come out and say, I condemn this action and that he deserves to be in jail. Instead, your answer is, we can't arrest our way out of this. Is hysterical. This is just listen, I watched that video literally right before the show. I think, or whenever you posted that, Cody. And I have avoided that video for the longest time, first as I heard about it.
I don't want to see it.
And I am, by the way, not just did 5 people stand around doing nothing. Like there's reports that, they had no idea until they saw the blood on the floor. And I'm like, the girl was screaming, like initially when he first, and then she's terrified. And then you see her just like looking around, like almost like there's nothing wrong for a moment. She's just scared to death. And then you see her crumple over, and
blood all over the floor,
all over the floor. And I'm just the entire time, like I'm so sad, and like I almost wanted to cry, but I'm so rageful that I was like sitting there watching these people, these fucking cowards and hypocrites, these people on this train that would do absolutely nothing for this woman because this guy is, just stabbed this girl, and they're just like, I don't want to have anything to do with it. Instead, one woman pulls out her phone and videos this girl bleeding to death, doing nothing to help her. If you are a part of this problem, if you were somebody who in this situation can't imagine that you would be able to know what to do, go do a first aid class. Go do something to be able to make sure you're prepared in a situation like this. Because I'll tell you what, you're like a damn villain when you pull your phone out trying to get more content, get whatever you need to do to be able to show, hey, I was here, I did this. You're an absolute piece of shit. You deserve just as much prosecution as whatever that guy gets. And that might be excessive, but that's the only way this behavior stops in this world right now.
Well, the judge needs to be locked up, the one that let him out twice. And to that point that you were saying, CK, I found this on Twitter today from the Charlotte Mecklenburg, I guess it's a Facebook page of police, that the mayor had ignored for 5 years all the complaints that they had put out on the amount of times that violent offenders were being let out with absolute slaps on the wrist, having nothing done to them the entire time. On top of that, then you find out that the judge that presided over all of it runs a mental health clinic that she makes fucking money off of. So
you need to arrest these people.
Yes, she wanted him to be able to go to her mental health clinic so that she can get more profits off of
our tax dollars.
Yeah, off of releasing a violent fucking predator back into the public. People need to have their heads rolled by this. And as a Charlotte native and as someone who has been on that train multiple fucking times, it makes me sick. And everybody knows I'm in a wheelchair. My body can't fist fight for a fucking thing. But I'll tell you what, if I was on that train, I would have bum rushed that pussy motherfucking bastard. Even if he slit my fucking neck, I would have bum rushed that pussy bitch. I'm sorry for the emotion, but today, especially after seeing the video, it really fucking rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm glad that CK brought up the point that the mainstream media has been dead fucking silent. because it doesn't fit their bullshit fucking narratives. Thank God Elon Musk bought Twitter. Thank God. Because if it wasn't for Twitter, this news story would not have gone any farther than just a blip on WBTV at 10 o'clock at night. It would have ended there.
Agreed.
Ice up.
Sorry to end it on such a hard note, by
Yeah,
No,
I had to.
It did because I really feel guilty. I mean, like, I don't want to. I just need this is because this is the place where I get not only my like insight to the internet because the chat tells me everything. You guys tell me this, and I really feel guilty about bringing this up. Like in the retrospect of something that is very serious, but I feel like I should just end the show on this. I just want to know this is because I mean I guess should I ask you guys after about this? It's been floating around for a minute. Is this really Caleb Williams?
No, it's not Caleb Williams.
Okay,
It's
okay.
just people
Then
fucking making
show
fun
up.
of
Okay,
him.
show up.
Yeah, no.
Okay, show over.
I do just you know, I want to once again just wish my condolences to the victim and her family, Irina Zarutska, who died in a way that nobody should ever have to die, ever. And I hope that this is something that can actually cause change and, you know, push us towards actual justice, you know. I know this is stuff I normally
actual justice.
I know, man. I normally try to make my ice ups fun and lighthearted, but tonight I had to say what I had to say.
Justice in the world. All right. You're listening to the C3 Panthers podcast, the longest running Panthers podcast. We just ice everyone up. And you know what? We just iced up humanity of America, people. Somber note to end the show, but yes, I don't even know what to say other than this is ice up to that. We'll be back here on Friday for the free for all. We'll be back here for the post game, late post game because we got a 4:00 game, so we'll be going and rocking and rolling late, and we continue to bring as much content as we can in the face of being a Panthers fan. I'm just going to end on that, Cody. This is the C3 Panthers podcast. Thank you for everybody on the panel. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the calls. Please help support us in just small ways and just your time, your energy, and your emotion. We're putting out little things like shorts and this and that. You see them, like, subscribe, all of that. It helps. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate my brothers here on this panel. Cody Latt, just go ahead and take us out of here on that note.
C3 Legion, we love you. We'll be here all season. Keep pounding.